How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day, boys. How y'all doing this evening? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a good one. Boys, I need a haircut, man. I'm planning on getting one Monday or something. How y'all doing? Welcome back. Boys, we got ourselves more 5v5 1v1 duels on the day. Are we PTRing it up, Chicago? I would love to hop on PTR and test the newest Paladin changes. Red main now. Yo, should we actually do PTR? Because I didn't. So normally I try to let you guys, all of you, know ahead of time if we're doing PTR. Because some of you guys need to get on there, set up your add-ons, set up your keybinds, set up your weak auras, whatever you need to actually play the game. I am not against doing PTR. And if we were to do PTR, I mean, I don't really know. It's you, man, down for whatever. I was thinking we'd do live on an A today, but yo, if most of you guys wanted to PTR, like if we can get 10 people on PTR, I'm down to do PTR. And if we do PTR, what we're probably gonna do is we're gonna have to remove any kind of like limitation on people that want to play Paladin. Like that's what I was hoping for. Kind of like how we did for Evokers during like alpha and beta of DF. Like a new class, everybody wants to give it a go, so no limitation. Every other class still has a limitation. Paladins though, for 1007, with how many changes there are, I would love to see as many builds as possible. I mean, it'd be hilarious to see all these Paladins clash against each other. Yo. Like if I get my man Jesus on the phone, if I get Kreiser, who's like, yo, putting a group together in PTR, man, trying to see if we can scrabble something together. If we get a couple of boys over on the EU hopping on PTR, I'll be down to do some PTR tonight. But I definitely want to do it. I think I will plan for it at least for next week. But right now, let's try NA, see what happens, see how it goes, and we'll just kind of go from there. How you boys all doing? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. Hopping on right now. Is this me or is this song loud? I think it's just loud in my ears. Hopping on right now, boys, to try to see if we can get some groups up and running for the night. Last night's duels, we actually had quite a bit of variety. Not a lot of rogues. Didn't get banned or nothing, just not a lot of rogues showed up. Actually, none at all. So we had obviously a lot of variety, as you do. I feel so bad because I'm like, I'm rogue main, and some of you boys were even popping in the chat yesterday, and you're like, yo, are rogues banned? Like, can I play? Can I not play? What's going on here, Dal? But it's like, dude, rogue main banning rogues. How messed up is that? You would imagine that would be like my preference, right? That'd be the class I'd be letting slide into these duels. But no, man, I don't know. I love me some rogue, but from like a viewer perspective, watching sub rogues reset for the 20th time, it's just not super fun to watch, in my opinion. I now need Athaman. I don't know if he's listening in or not, but I need my man Athaman to pop in. And I need to get him a meme commissioned. It just take like the most depressed face meme you can think of. I just add the caption of me watching the rogue re-stealth for a 20th time this duel. 20th time in 5 minutes. My god. Yo, why is everybody dead out here? Every time I come out, there's people dead. What is happening? What is going on? Let's try to see if we can get some groups up and running tonight, boys. Also, let me go and set the UI scale for everything here too. Alrighty, groups are listed. If you guys want to join in, groups started over in the 5v5 1v1 duels legacy raids. I do want to take a look this weekend because I think they might have adjusted custom groups, like custom war mode groups. So you can actually maybe group up with Alliance and Horde through custom PvP now. I think that might have been a new thing, but I think that's what I saw the other day when I was trying to do some like orb farming over in Tier Hold. Because I remember joining a group and I was looking at the group, I was like, wait, half of you guys are Alliance, like 2 of you are Alliance or 2 of you are Horde, what the hell's going on? And they're listed in custom, right? So I'm wondering if maybe the changes to custom groups can have like the variety of like, you can have Alliance or Horde, whoever. Because that might be just straight up convenient. But if you guys want to join in, groups are listed right now. 5v5 1v1 duels. They are here. You guys are more than welcome to join up if you wish. And I got a lot of stuff I gotta take care of in the background too. Danger? Yo, hit me with it. Hit me with it. I'm just gonna get blown up. Wait, is this guy the same level as me? No, he's level 66. I got like no gear, my guy. I got like 158 atom level. You're so good. Oh my god, who is this guy? Yo, can you do a guide? Alrighty. Yo. Let's see if we can get the boys in here. How do we invite, man? Let's see if my man Seawork or Night King. Night King, where is he at, actually? Hold on, do you guys already have groups as well? Did you guys start groups by chance? Because DD is joining in. Do we have Night King starting the group? Where is he, actually? Night King? He's not on. Oh. Okay, I guess we'll listen to this one. Alright, let's get the basic boys in here, man. Let's see. Browse groups. So Chicago also started another one. So there's another group. Chicago. Learn last night that you can PvP trials. You get one shot by everyone. You can do PvP on trials because you get one shot by everyone. On trial characters, yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised that you get one shot on a trial character. I imagine they do that on purpose just to make sure that the trial characters, you can't just go in and just be viable in PvP. They are undervalued in gear for a reason. But also you are missing quite a bit of that versatility, don't you? But also you are low level as well. Multiple factors that kind of pull into it. Let's see, Boris maybe want to join in. Yo, Boris, we dueling tonight, fam? Let's see if he wants in. Casper, do we have Speed maybe join in? It's normally Speed, or who was it? Errorless that also joins in, right? Are they the same person? There's nowhere, right? Yeah. I can invite. Hold on. I got a group listed. So to Chicago. What's up, Miro? How you doing, fam? Hope you're having a good one. How you doing, my guy? Yo, all the EU boys are on now. What the hell? Kalahari, was Kalahari up yesterday? Jeff One Shot was not around last night. This man is leveling for that page. Frost Boss wasn't on yesterday. What the hell? Speed also wasn't there. What the hell is going on? Chicago's group start making it 1v1. Yeah, nah, you're good. Nah, you good. You're good. I'm just asking in BNet friends for anyone who wanna join. Gotta love somebody warrior now? Hell yeah, my guy. Hell yeah. What spec are you planning on playing that thing? Are you looking for like PvE stuff on that thing? Or more of a PvP stuff on it? Are you planning on tanking? If you do end up playing anything, definitely give tank a go if you're trying to play any kind of like M pluses or dungeons. Because tank warriors right now are really good. Hey Kraken. Where's my macro? Where's my little copy pasta? Because I end up defaulting to what I wrote in my copy pasta anyway. Because I wrote it originally like, we currently host some 5V5 1v1 DUELS this evening. Would you be interested in joining? And that's basically what I write people anyway. So it's just like, oh, might as well. Kuros, does he want to join in? Hey Kuros. Can we Lek? I don't think Can we does stuff. Lek? I don't remember Lek. What is Gym Rat? Oh, Gym Rat. Yo, Gym Rat. Wanna join 5V5 1v1 DUELS? Yeah, I remember Gym Rat. Nando? Yo, will we be seeing my man Nando? Potentially. No fingerprint offer. Okay, friend. Yeah, Kraken is like, nah, out of here. Queuing some threes in a moment. Okay, friend. So he's queuing. Nando, let me see if Nando wants in. Hey, Nando. Wanna join some 5v5 DUELS? Nemi is EU. Nick is already in the other team. How is that other team looking, by the way? And obliteration is you know the guys got 5? Okay, so this team is the ones missing all the boys. Alright. Hold on. We need a couple more boys join in, man. Pancakey? Does Gaming Pancake want to join? Yo, Pancake. Yo, Pancake. Hold on. Want to join some 5V5 1v1 DUELS? Hope you doing good, by the way, friend. What did you say? Hold on, Kura said something. Maybe next time, mate, and play much of special. Okay. Yeah, Kura said nah. That's unfortunate. So Pancake, we're gonna see if he's in. Prince was not Prince. Was Prince Vodka not? Was he always you? Oh my god, I'm just losing my mind trying to figure out who's who. Hey, Raven. I'm gonna hit him with a macro. Hit him with a command here. Oh shoot, man, I haven't done PvP at all. All good, Fred. All good. All good. Yeah, Pancake. Yeah, I don't know if he has done much PvP or not. Baldwin is in the group. Tank is already in the other group. Trickster, yo. He's in Grizzly Hills, so I'm guessing he's queuing threes or something. Wanna join some 5V5 1v1 DUELS this evening? Word train maybe? After this raid run? Okay, friend. Illidan? I'm asking. Hey, War. Hey, War. Sure, why not? Yo, got Trickster here, boys. Got Arrowless, the boy. Yeah. Is Wiz? Oh my god, dude. As soon as it's Friday, all the NA boys are around. As soon as it's Saturday, all the EU boys are playing. What is even going on, man? What is even going on? But if you guys want to join them, the group is listed over in the Raids Legacy. You guys are more than welcome to join in. I don't really PvP anymore. I feel you, my guy. Yo, but what if it were to add some gear vendors for PvP Pancake? Would you be down to join us to test stuff? I put a long bit on tonight, but appreciate it. Streaming it? Yeah. Every evening, man. Every evening. Should we get speed in here with Casper? By chance? I just don't want to get ourselves like too many rogues, man. You know what I mean? But like maybe we just fill. Chance, that's another rogue. I got so many rogues in here, man. It's crazy. I have to tune in, travel in, and check it out. Sounds good, friend. I can't bring myself to PvP 100%. Now I have 10 level 70s. Yo, getting them geared, man. Hell yeah. Gotta get those characters geared little by little. PvE or PvP. But yeah, I've been liking PvP a lot, man. PvP is like, gearing in PvP is pretty easy. Although I haven't been gearing my ults near as much for PvP. I'm mostly just working on my main. But like gearing by itself, with honor gear, world gear, conquest being uncapped, getting those weekly events where you can get like world PvP gear that you can upgrade. Like there's so many sources for PvP gear right now. And the fact that you can just skew solos, kind of like conquest, especially if you don't really care about score, you can just get a lot of conquest from solos. Is this guy actually trying to fight me? I mean, we could try it. We're kind of as even in levels as we can be, huh? Let me see if I can beam him from a distance. Hold on, I want to see if I can do one of these. I think I missed him. I think I straight up missed him. Charge me. Yeah. Wait, is he actually dead? I actually killed him. My binds are all kinds of messed up, man. All kinds of messed up. I have to use the mouse in order to bind stuff. My abilities are all down here, and I can't even use them. Enyon? Oh my god, I have... Yeah, actually, yo, we're actually pretty close in gear. Hold on, let's go work out. Hit me with it immediately. Tell me I could remove these things somehow, right? Let me get the PvP. No, I don't have PvP sound for it at all. He missed it though. We can hunt. We can hunt to close the gap. And we can do one of these. Kick? I can't kick. Oh no. How do I close the gap? How do I stop him then? I guess I could do one of these, right? I could cleave. Cleave a couple of times. Cleave a couple of times. I missed that entirely. Oh, he's... Okay, he's gone. Why do you do that? Come on, man. At least let me get one win. What the hell is this? Oh, no. Reverse magic? Yeah, I don't think I had it set up on this character. Like, this character is a little janky, man. Like, my keybinds are not the same. It's set up with the keybinds to spectate duels, but that means some of the core keybinds of, like, my playstyle, I like how I play all my characters, are just straight up missing. They're just actually missing. And I was winning that duel, too, man. I was winning that duel. That's a forge, though. Hello, what's up, lads? How you doing, man? Oh, it's how you doing, my guy? I hope you're having a good one. Yeah, if you guys want to join in, groups are listed. Where is Night King, by the way? Where's my man? Where's the boy? We got Chicago already here with a 5-man group, ready to go. You want to invite friends? Yeah, go for it. So this group is going to need 2 more. Yes, with this, it's going to need 2 more boys. You guys wanted to get some boys in here. Is this Avair Paladin? Okay, for some reason I thought the name was something similar, but also somebody else I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was a mage for some reason. You had him, dude. I had him, and then you decided to bail. Maybe you gotta like, what is he got a dungeon queue? It's like a random solo queue? What? Like he just left. He just ran away. He waved at me and then disappeared. I don't understand. I should probably gear a Demon Hunter for PvP, shouldn't I? Though there's such a good spot right now. I mean, it's all rogues. Don't get me wrong, but they are pretty good right now. Oh my god, yo, boys, good list at LFG if you want to join in. Who else got a pester for LFG, man? Majukes, does he want in? Majukes doesn't really PvP much. He has joined before. Bold, yo, Bold. Wanna join duels? Need 2 more for this group and we are good to go. Yo, we need 2 and we're good, boys. 2 and we good. Airless, invite friends. I'm cool with it. Get your boys in here. So with this group we'll need 1 more. What do we invite? We gotta invite Sally. Sally is a Demon Hunter. Perfect. Yo, I just talked about Demon Hunter. Hell yeah. Awesome. Uno mas, boys. We're good to go. Uno mas. We're good to go. Raven? Almost done? Okay, friend. Okay, let me know when, friend. So Raven could actually be +1 in here. Works out for me, boys. Took me a month to get a full conquest gear force bonus that will be set on my droid. Well, I imagine like it was it took you a month because of like conquest caps. Right now that everything is uncapped, I imagine it's a lot easier. On Zol, go for it. Bald, something maybe in the middle of something maybe later. Okay, sounds good, friend. Okay, friend. Hope all is good with you. Hope you're all good, Bald. All good, friend. But yeah, now that the conquest is uncapped, I imagine like as long as you have a reliable way of getting conquest, which again, solo queue, BGs, probably even RBGs, because remember those used to be super casual back in SL. If they're still similarly casual, I imagine those are fantastic for conquest capping. You won't win all the games, but you just gotta win enough, and you get yourself fully capped out on conquest and on your weekly vaults. Like the amount of conquest you get from those, you just need to win like 1 good one, and you're good. And if you're playing on a low MMR, and you have a little bit of skill playing on a low MMR, and your group gets a little bit lucky, yeah, I imagine you could get quite a bit. Gotta say, you people, what is it? Some of my friends just cap out their ults, like, alright, just 1 RBG real quick. Alright, done. I have my weekly vault. Next character. Get that done on the Tuesday, and then you can kind of just play those characters, and you don't have to worry about like, okay, do they have a vault? Do they not have a vault? You can just play. Super nice. You can catch up in gear a little bit. So we need Uno mas, and it'll be good to go. Raven said they were on Zoom after this raid run. Raid Zul. RBGs aren't chill in the year. There's always 2.3k CR groups that play in 1.8, 2k and farm wins like that. Is it because like there's just no one else queuing, or is it like do they just like lose a couple of games back to back and then just like farm? How does that work? I mean, on NA, I guess my whole experience when I talk about RBGs and arenas are for perspective on NA. Hi from France, what's up, CJ? I do, my man. Hope you have a good one, my guy. Welcome, welcome. Hi, I wish I could say something in French besides baguette, but what's up, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Welcome, welcome, you wonderful, beautiful being. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Where do I post this? Real quick. Nice. Nice. Beautiful. Hell yeah. Alrighty. Uno mas. Who else can I pester? Because Raven's still waiting on him for a second. ASAP? Yo, does he want to join in? Hey, ASAP. Dirk, wanna join some 5v5 1v1 duels this evening? Let me see, because maybe ASAP was during once in, dude, because it's been a while since we had ASAP on these. And I remember ASAP used to join these a ton. Now, of course, I could ask Casper, I could ask Chance. I'm trying to see if I can avoid too many rogues, man. Too many rogues. Trying to keep it limited, if I can. Night King, my boy. Yo, my man. Hey, my man. Duels tonight? Got spot for +1. And we good to go. Do we send it with chills? Do we send it with the pills? Do we send it with my man? Does the man know the plan? Yo, wait. Also, what's this mog? What weapon enchant is that? Wrong one. Hold on. Inspect is what I meant to do. Perma air. It looks kind of like the 2100 enchant. Without the lightning, it doesn't look as good. Maybe it's the weapon specifically just doesn't look that great. Who knows, honestly. Alright, well, I'm gonna shield pills. See if that man wants in. Because then I can make him elite here easily. Otherwise, I'll probably make DG elite. And make it a little bit easier that way. I play Bloody Kid today. My trinkets to carry my damage. Dude, you got so lucky on those trinkets, man. I am jealous. I need some of those. Actually, I would have loved for this week specifically to be that dungeon week where it's like you get 4 Mythic 0 dungeons done and you get an item, or even the time walking one. Because this week I found myself like a little bit extra free time and I'm just gearing a bunch of my alts. I'm going through the work order system. Actually, Jake, I even simmed some of my characters and I'm getting the Amos of the Blue, at least on my mage. I simmed the Amos versus the Lariat, and apparently on my mage, maybe it's because of that, my item level or whatnot, but that Amos is such a big increase for Arcane Mage right now. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the arcane damage, so it scales with anything but arcane. But it's apparently better than a lariat. So I'll be getting one of those. And then apparently getting a weapon with an embellishment is better than a lariat. So that might be my first character that is a non-lariat gamer. Now, there is a possibility that the lariat is better as long as I get like a weapon from like anywhere else. But the weapon with an embellishment apparently is simming much higher than a lariat right now. The lariat may be like a good item like Min-Maxi or something, but I'm not sure. Everybody runs lariat, but like I'm wondering right now, like, do I trust the sim or do I trust the trend? Do I lariat? I have no lariat due to my servers. Really? Actually, no lariat on the server, or is it just too expensive on your server? I guess lariat. So lariat for my rogue was definitely a pretty big increase. Lariat is a bit too good. Yeah, okay. So maybe I should just do a lariat, because I was going to make myself crafted staff and put an embellishment on it, because it sims much higher than a lariat. My neck is crap. My weapons are crap. So a weapon upgrade or a lariat upgrade, both are good. But I guess it should sim what, like lariat versus that weapon with embellishment or whatever? I guess. I don't know. I need to take a look at the sim again just to see like what the difference is between weapon plus embellishment, and then lariat. But Amos is so good right now. I can't get a crafting order for one at all. Really? Not even a public one? Are you providing like any tips or something, or is it just no one making them? Is there like any crafter on your server that can even make one, or is that the problem? Nobody can. I have to think about a grand scheme of things. It'll be around 100 to 200 DPS per gem you have slotted, which is why crit, haste, risk with sockets to 100 DPS higher than haste mastery abyss per gem you have slotted. Oh, so that's how that scales. So it's per gem slot. Is the okay? All right. Okay, I see what you mean now. Yeah, I guess that's why it will scale so low. Okay, you convinced me just do lariat. I was excited to do something else that isn't a lariat, but I guess Amos of the Blue is pretty good on its own. Lariats are pretty easy to make anyway. Amos you can bid though, man. As an arcane mage, like the hell am I supposed to do with getting a frosty soul? It's kind of difficult. Yo, Night King not messaging me back at all? Hasn't said nothing. Is he making another group? They just ignore me? No. So we need ONYXIA still, man. A Raven. Hopefully will be around. They did say that they're interested, but they're finishing something up. Well, let's get a pester. We still need ONYXIA. Just gotta fire full combust and let it die and ignite. So yeah, what I end up doing is I end up finding a tank who's with a pretty big pull in like the Imbo village of the Tuskar, and I just kind of let him pull, and I just gotta help the DPS for a little bit, and then I just start doing the big drain. at the very end, just as this thing is dying. And that ended up working out pretty well. A Blid? I couldn't write a Who messaged me? Raven? Let's give a second with Thrax. All good, friend. I remember that raid. Okay, so he's doing Zool. He's doing like old deer from Mogs, I guess. Okay. I was wondering for a second, like Zool. Why does it sound familiar, but like not familiar? Did he get Ross? Does he want to join in? Yo, Sucka Mama, what a name. Wait, a very nice warlock invented Covenant. Wait, so this guy doesn't even join the rules. I think I just added him at some point. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with that guy. I was about to hit him like, yo, we never even tried, but you want to duel? That could have been bad. So you know, Moz boys. Rogue Brain goes into seizure because Zool is the boss of nerf sub BFA kick W. I don't think it was Zool that nerfed sub. I think they just saw the trend of what sub can do, because you could also do the same thing on Zool in the shrine, and they saw the big funnel damage and they realized like, wait, hold on, too good, can't do it. And Yon, are we doing it again? Are we having a bit of a rematch? I'll let you. Okay, I was gonna say I'll let you have the opener, but okay, that could work too. Alrighty. Oh wow. Okay then. Alrighty. Let's just do one of these. We'll do one of these. Alright. Not letting this man go anywhere, if I can help it. Is he gonna port? Don't think he's gonna. I don't have a kick. That's the problem. I'm gonna die. Unless... Ooh, soul. Maybe that'll be enough? Ah, I'm dead. GG's. He beat my ass, man. Okay, who needs a group? Me. Invite. Alrighty, that guy beat my ass. I can't even get mad. Can't even get mad at that one. Okay, so we finally got a group. I'm gonna make DG lead here. Okay. Group ready. Gonna queue in a sec. What the hell was that guy, Anyan? Where were ya? Just disappeared when I was about to win. Then he came in full cooldowns. I don't have a kick. Nothing. I do have a kick. Apparently didn't go off though. Then I have like a... Yeah, apparently kick is just dead on this guy. GGK, gonna make a lead and back out. What's your real idea real quick? Because I know I can do Chicago. DG is... Baldwin, that's the one. Okay. Invite. Wait, what? What happened? What happened? No, I meant to leave. Oh, okay. Okay, alright. Alright, that can work. I think you tried to whisper me, right? Yeah. But to whisper lol. Okay, it's all good, it's all good. Invite spectator. Match. S Baldwin. Summon. Crap, I can't remember. S Baldwin 91 and Chicago 5, the grand one. We got a group here, boys. Group up for 5V5 1v1 Duels. The grand arena is in play. Took us a second, but here we are. Get this mix out of here. Who listens to this garbage? Oh god, I gotta fix that. Who listens to this garbaggio, boys? Garbaggio. Let's get this one. Oh god. Camera, please. You're bugging. Camera, please stop. Stop. You're freaking out. Freaking me out. Okay, good. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, now we're good. Beautiful. Beautiful. Boys. Let's have some fun tonight in the 5V5 1v1 Duels. Yeah, finally got a group up and running. Yo. Audio? Where's that at? Please don't bug. Please don't bug. Please don't bug. Where are you? Nice. Huge. Alrighty, boys. Switch. Now we're ready. Now we're ready. We got quite a bit of variety. Yo, Nick playing Paladin? Oh, let's go, dude. Okay. I feel you now. I see what you meant when you said, yo, Pally main confirmed. All right, we got ourselves Dominator. I think it's Demonic on his Hunter right now. With Flavor of the Month reroller going to be first up as an Arms Warrior. Ready to go versus what looks like Errorless, the Assassination Rogue. Open it up with a bit of a garrote. Going to be immediate Stormbolt by Flavor of the Month. Does go for a trick and immediate banner together with a parry. Try to see if he can blast through the defenses of Errorless with a couple of quick overfires. Big leap. Try to see if he can deny the Rogue a little bit of a reset. Wait, how'd you get out of the blind that early? Actually, the banner would probably explain it. Quick disarmament to Flavor of the Month reroller as Errorless does get hit in a big old fear. Warbreaker to follow. Try to see if he crashes through his defenses. Cloaker shadows, but still can't walk out. Oh my god, what was that? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry. What? What happened? Errorless got hit with a spear. Cloaker shadows, he can't walk away from spear, but at least he can remove some of that arcane damage out of the spear. But then Flavor of the Month just blade stormed him and chopped the boy in half. My goodness. Why'd you put him through a blender? GDK. Oh, GDGK is going to be up next. I'll mess up your name, DG. I'm going to mess up GK. GG, I'm gonna mess up your name 100%. Stun onto Flavor of the Month roller. Does he have any outs whatsoever? He may be in a bit of trouble. Trying to go for a bit of damage. With the battle stance, it's gonna go for the Dark Iron Racial to remove and shed all of the diseases off the bat into a Stormbolt onto GG. Try to see if he closes the gap. Reflect for a second. Does he have survivability whatsoever? I think he may be out of options, but he did get GG extremely low in that whole encounter with Nick. Gonna be up next. Normally playing some Monkus a sensei, but instead Nick is going to be out here on the Paladin prepping for that 10-07. Oh my goodness, that Warrior opener chat. What was that? Gonna be AMS for GG. Try to see if he can just slow down Nick. Got himself a full root onto the guy. Gonna be final wreck right down Nick. Try to see if he can ramp up some damage quick. Blind into his face with a sleet and a stun right after. Does have the main pet stunned up. GG try to see if he can walk in. Maybe get a bit of healing. Does sacrifice his main pet. Summon up a fresh new one, but still maybe in a bit of trouble. Try to go for maybe some sort of ability. Got himself the full army of the dead. Domed down for a second, but at the very end he had nothing left. And Selu is going to be up next, trying to see if he can potentially fight right through the Paladin's damage. Got himself a big old fell eruptions onto Nick with a Blade Dance to follow, forcing out a bubble out of the Paladin, and it's going to back up out of there immediately, burning a chicken pretty early on though. So maybe kind of stuck in a situation where you may not be able to get out of the XCC. Nick, does he have a go here? He does get a lockdown to Silu, but doesn't seem like he has the damage to wallow up. It's going to be an eye for an eye. He's trying to mitigate some of the physical damage from Silu, as the man got himself plenty of damage, as he got himself a full soul cleave, or S's break rather, able to enhance the damage of his bladed dance. Bladed dance. Why am I thinking of a rogue ability together? Blade Dance, as well as the Chaos Strike's mad damage reversal onto Nick, as he did use Layer Enhance to recover in health, but the Demon Hunter already had him on the ropes. Try to see if he can rush back to Dominator. The more damage he can start pulling out early, the better. Is going to get a fear onto that pet, but the body shot is going to stun up for this second chakram on him. Next kill shot could be the end right now, as it looks like Dominator does live up to that name. Also, Beastmaster Hunters about to get buffed up by a massive amount. Do you see some of the changes that are coming up for them? Marksman 2, technical survival also gets advantage as well. Void Terror gonna be up next, trying to see if they can potentially fight through Dominator, trying to see if he can summon up a fresh new Felguard pet. Double Felguard and Dominator with a Mortal Coil to CC him. Got himself a wall really early on with a Tyrant right after, setting up a full set of pets with another portal. Is going to be dropping down the obby. It is dropping down a big old Felguard to guard the portal, as Dominator looking to potentially get himself in a different position. There is still a bunch of demons chasing after him with a Tyrant cooking up in that nether portal. It's going to take a second in the oven, but that thing's going to be rushing at him. No, another portal Tyrant? What? Oh my goodness, so that kill shed just does him in. With Avair going to be the last one. Avair going to be the last one left over for the team one. 4 minutes into the duel, dampening is slowly ramping up. Has to find a way to fight the Dominator, and then fight through the other caster. Not all casters, but all the other magic classes over on team two. We got us as Haster in the back waiting for the start with Chicago. Honestly, Chicago is more of a caster than a melee. Let's be honest. Like, enhancement shaman with a much damage they do with the lightning bolts, elo blast, and like the magic damage from range in general. I mean, melee in name alone. Gonna be Avir, closing the gap, Stoner the Dominator, full wreck. It's gonna be potentially maybe Pet Sag, does use Pet Sag, but looks like maybe delays his burst a little bit with a botting shout out to Avir right after. Maybe an early bubble, unless they go for as much self-healing as possible. Needs to find a way to mitigate the damage of this Hunter, as the Hunter is playing defensively, trying to see if he can cut away from Avir. It's gonna be a quick blind off of a bubble. Do they have the damage to follow up? Trying to see if he can make a play. Dominator back it up out of it with the disengage. Does not have a turtle shell anymore, but a Freezing Trap does catch the Paladin in the wake as they try to see if he can end the duel. Dominator, no help whatsoever. One more Hammer of Wrath would end him right here. It's gonna go for a preemptive stun. Used to use everything he can to survive, but it's gonna be not a lot he can really do. I think trying to see if he can drop down a Freezing Trap at the very end, but it takes a second before the trap goes down and before the person gets frozen. There's not enough time between the two. But Chicago gonna be up next. 5 minutes into the duel, riding along the proto, giving Avir a bit of an opportunity here. Avir, I'm gonna mess up your name, but giving him an opportunity at least to get fully caught up and at least healed up before they go into the duel. Stun to Chicago, so he's going to be able to go for that big Ascendance proc with Lightning Bolts Raptor, burning through Avir's defenses really quick. Avir trying to see if he can survive this. Lay on Hand's going to use just to combat the damage of the enhanced shaman, but Chicago is still in an Ascendance, still super relentless. It's going to go for the big Lightning Bolt at the end. I don't think that was a proc Ascendance either. I think it was just like an on-use Ascendance instead, with Dominator catch it too, Chicago finish it off, but everybody in that game got to play. What was that Warrior Burst in the opener, man? Alright, I want to see it again. I was actually kind of good. Yo, groups, let me know as soon as you guys are ready. SB, as well as Chicago. Let me know when you boys are ready for the next one. That was quick too. That was a 6-minute game. My god, look at that burst. Ready? Alright, Chicago, let me know if you're ready. If you guys need more, by the way, if you need more people, let me know. I can always join the group and see if I can, I feel like I went through everybody in my real ID to try to see if we can get the groups up and running tonight. But I can at least, like, pass some more bodies, maybe. You never know. Night King is around, so maybe he'll be down to join. How many are we on NA? We're a lot on NA. Oh, God, yeah. That is a lot. Dude, NA still has such an advantage over EU in duels. So many. Chicago, are we good? Or are we not? Let me know. Trickster? Oh, what the? Yo, what's that thing? That was kinda whack. 130k Mortal Strike. Didn't they nerf Mortal Strike? Got 5? Alright. Yeah, we gotta go again, man. We have to go again. Okay, what should we do? Rook? No, let's do Blades. Let's do Blades Edge Arena. I like Blades Edge Arena. I like it on EU, and I like it here too. What was that? 130k Mortal Strike. What? They nerfed it too. Again, like they nerfed Mortal Strikes and some of the modifiers to Mortal Strikes as well. But Flavor of the Month, man, popping off. Look at this guy go. Did I save this? I did save it. Okay, good. Good. Wonderful. Wonderful. Boys, that was something, dude. What the hell was that? There's 70 enhanced, skip it over the 410 Fury Warrior Demon Warlock. Love it. Yeah, enhanced is really good in PvE, man. It's like, I want to say it's surprisingly good, but I shouldn't really be surprised. It's just really consistent. It is incredible how good they are. Like, when I played mine, I mean, I could see how they're able to get the damage they are. Like, their tier set is pretty good. It's a pretty good tier set right now. Not everybody got the tier set that doesn't really change your rotation or your playstyle. What's up, Alejandro? How you doing, my man? But like theirs is real good because that one you can kind of sort of has an interactivity compared to some of the other classes. Just that whole magic damage empowerment that it offers you, it's quite valuable. Switch. What do we got? We got ourselves first up DGK versus Flavor of the Month. A little bit of a rematch between the two as Flavor runs right in, battle stance, got himself full Colossus Smash, yet another charge to a GSG. It's gonna spear him down, could walk out of the spear actually. Does Flavor go in for the big go? Parry up Matt. Oh my god, what was that? Again, this man just goes in blasting. That was a Mortal Strike. I keep saying, what was that? But that was a Mortal Strike. Blade Storm. Seal gonna take a bit of damage. Hunt to follow. Flavor can maybe go for a Reflect to reduce some of the magic damage, some of the dot damage from the Hunt. But Flavor trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a Reflect now. Stun onto Silu. as he does go in for a fracture of their own, a feral eruption of their own. Metamorphosis is out for the Demon Hunter as he's trying to see if he can ramp up. Does slay the Demon, but he doesn't. Oh, does pick up the Demonic. So 20% more damage for him as Pharaoh goes in for a bit of damage of his own. Trying to see if he can switch between battle stance and defensive stance whenever he's off to do damage. Trying to see if he can stay in battle stance with the most amount of output or defensive stance in order to take less damage. It's going to be a no whatsoever. Oh my goodness. He is some kind of a heal right now. Does he have a second win? Is that dots on him? Hold on. If maybe Void Chair gives him a second or two, he could get that second win, heal him back up. But I think he might have gotten him dotted. Does he have second wind? He may not have second wind. Trying to see if he can avoid all the demons. That's going to be an axe toss by the main pet. Demon Dog is not given an opportunity to really recover. I think he does play second wind. He's trying to avoid these pets as best as he can. I don't think he can though. Maybe? Trying to mount up, trying to get in line of sight. It does catch up a little bit of health, so he's trying to see if he can come back. Is playing second one confirmed. That's going to be instant cast, handed gold down, dropping in for Voidchair though. Is able to get his rotation kind of ramping up and is able to just keep pelting Flavor of the Month. He is avoiding majority of these pets, are just outrunning them. Axe toss around the corner, does not really have an out, but does he want to stay in? Maybe that's the time to do some damage. Stormbolt under Voidchair, does have a parry, Spirit to follow. Does he have the biggest burst right now? Voidchair may need to use defenses to get interrupted. Actually locked out of his defenses entirely. Could go for the Dark Bag, that does consume a little bit of their health. Not mana, so you don't really have technically a cast element to it. Trying to go for a bit of another portal with a wall to follow. Flavor does go in with a bit of a defensive stance. Can he potentially fight the Void Chair? Does use the Void Erasure in order to try to see if he can avoid him. Charge in, looking for that execute. Do they get it though? Stun to follow. Axe toss could be the end of him. Does he survive it? Does go for his quick heal from one of the best defensive stance. No Pit Lord to wait for him. Sharper Blades are after. Does he have that Mortal Strike that he needs? Void Chair no hope whatsoever. Literally weapon throw could maybe end him. Does not quite end him. Does he have the charge? He needs something. Anything big execute does end up slamming down onto Void Chair. With Aerolitz going to be up next. Does he give him the honor duel? I feel like Aerolitz is an honorable rogue. I love that look, by the way. That looks so good. I like the whole set with the weapons. The fact that one of the eyes is kind of blinded. He looks angry too. He looks determined. Aerolitz is like, you know what? This warrior is mine. I gotta be the one to shut him down. As Flavor of the Month, getting hit with a Garrode, walking away from Airless. Is gonna go for battle stance, trying to see if he can make a play with a bit of reflect, trying to reduce some of the damage from the magic effects, from the poison effects of Airless. But I think he knows that the Rogue is more or less aware of the burst combo, trying to see if he can just dot him up from range. As Airless took a little bit of damage of his own pretty early on, but Spear is still at the ready for Flavor. That's how it's coming back up very, very soon. He will have Colossus Smash available in like 20 seconds, maybe 15 seconds. Avatar's available too. Blade Storm. Airless is going to want to buy him and just Garrode him, but doesn't really want to stay in. Big execute for Flavor of the Month. Does end up swapping into battle stance. At last second, it's going to be a trinket out of the kidney shot. Parry up, fear to fall into Airless. Does he have an out? Could be a spear right here. If it spears him, Airless doesn't know where to go. Spear comes down. He could go for a blind. That actually does help him out a lot. Blind at least prevents Flavor of the Month from being able to lock him down with full burst. And maybe Airless now is giving himself a winning strategy. Colossus Smash, overpowers, could still do a ton of damage. Is it going to be another kidney shot to follow Flavor of the Month? As soon as he's out of the kidney shot, he could make a big play. Airless trying to see if he can avoid him. Vanish to follow. And that's going to be Flavor, taking a lot of damage. That is a death mark on him and everything. This man is going to take a lot of hits. Could go for the Darker and Racial. Actually, maybe locked on him for a second. Garrode, kidney shot. It's going to be Stormbolt. Is it enough? Oh my god, no way! Flavor of the Month. No way you survived this. Oh, he got the Dark Iron. He got a clean one. Avir, I don't think he's gonna give him a clean go. I don't think he's gonna clean rest. Is he? Is he gonna give him second wind? I think he's giving him the honor duel. No, I don't think he was trying to. I think he was like looking at the fact that Warrior has no health, and then you realize, wait, he's healing. Wait, I gotta mount up. I gotta speed up to this guy. Wait, I guess he gave him honor duel inadvertently. But Flavor of the Month is trying to see if he can make that big play as an arms warrior. He did. He had to fight for the second win, so at least if anything, he wasn't given a proper honor duel. This man is having to fight for it. He's having to mount up and avoid these pets, avoid the competitors until he gets a little bit of healing. My goodness. I mean, here at least has a bubble, has a bop, and maybe Flavor of the Month does not have a way to like break past those immunities. So I think that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to maybe give himself a little bit of a trinket because he knows the next Hodge, next blind Hodge combo could be the end of this guy. He's just trying to see if he can maybe stay away from over here. Doesn't have force his mobility. There goes the wings. Sun to follow. Flavor of the Month could be ended right here. Doesn't go for the blind. Stunning immediately onto Avir as Flavor does go in for a bit of a reflect as well as a parry. But it looks like he just wants to avoid him as best as he can. At least he knows there's no more Hodge. to prevent him from playing the game. Maybe a blind, but at least he can chain a blind into a Hodge combo. Trying to see if he can avoid him. Looking for that second win. It's going to go for a banner into a spear into Avair. Goes in for a blessing of protection immediately. Does not have a way to break it, so he has to just walk away from the guy. Has to back away as best as he can. Got himself a reflect in case there's a Hodge to follow. And at least reducing some of the holy damage. Stormbolt immediately to Avair. Got himself Blaze Storm, immune to CC for a second. Is that enough for him to maybe make a play? Avair with a blind defensively, though. Trinket out for Flavor, taking advantage of the situation. Hodge to follow. Can't really know much about it. Avair's on the back foot entirely, though. This is an opportunity for Flavor to potentially just steamroll through the competition. Charge it out towards Avair. Is it enough, though? Needs one more execute. Does he get it? Leaping in just to close that gap. Reflect up, so he's extra careful. Gonna be the bubble after Avair. He thought that maybe he could go in, maybe he could not even just force a bubble, but just land the kill right there. But the bubble comes out, shield events up for Avair, does get a Stormbolt to follow him. Warbreaker, I think he's just looking to end them. Does Flavor have any defenses? He may just need to get at least one. This is going to be a big charge. Does he get those crit executes? Oh, he does get it. Oh my goodness. Here he is, man. Look at that. 1v5 by the Arms Warrior. Well done, well done. Oh, let's get ourselves another one going here, man. This was interesting to watch. Arms Warriors, huh? Arms Warriors, I can't do anything, I guess. Yeah, Warriors are pretty rough right now. Just the amount of damage they have is pretty nutty. I feel like their damage is just overpowering. So if they could just get in and use the damage to leverage over the enemy team, that could help a ton. Let's get another one going here, boys, yeah? Uno más, uno más. Yo, that was cool. Let me know if you groups are ready or if you guys need more people. It'll be interesting when Paladins get more mobility to run down opponents. True, I am very interested to see how Paladins are going to perform once they get a lot more mobility. Yeah, I think Avair may actually end up winning that one just on like mobility alone. But who knows, right? Who knows? The nose knows. SBG, let me know if you're ready. Let me log in. How's it going? What's up, Patrick? How you doing, my man? Doing pretty good, my guy. Having some fun with duels. Ready? Alrighty, let's get you guys into a Black Rook hold because I'm a big fan of Black Rook. And we get a Nokudon, we'll get all the other arenas out of the way. We get all of them done. We get as many arenas as we can, boys. This is so fun, by the way. Yesterday we had some really good duels on NA, but man, on EU. But NA, you guys are really blowing me away tonight, man. You guys are actually just blowing me away this evening. These are actually so fun right now. I'm having such a good time. Hell yeah. Sorry, doing some background stuff. So if it just hump randomly, don't worry about me. I'm enjoying this a lot though. I do wonder, like, next week, chat, I do think we're gonna do PTR duels though. So if you guys want to get a character copy over to PTR, especially if you get even more class changes, I think PTR duels to see how the Paladins are performing early, right? Help Blizzard get a little bit of idea what the tuning is looking like. I think would be not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Sorry about this. Sorry about this. We're getting up and ready in a second. Okay. Oh, you guys didn't want to kill each other. Oh, goody. Oh, goody. All right. Switch. Haster actually getting a chance to play. Wonderful. Trying to see if he can go start out with a couple of dots versus Void Chair. Swapping out to a Destruction Warlock this time around. Trying to see if they can swing by Haste, who is going to go for the big PI. Void Eruption. Void Torrent. Full PvE. Burst damage into Void Chair. Doing quite a bit of output in the opener. Definitely needs a little bit more Void Bullets. A little bit more DPs. To scratch down all this Voidy sustained momentum onto the Warlock. As the Warlock pushing in. Is actually, are you playing Sacrifice Pet build? It may actually be. A lot of Destruction Warlocks started playing the Pet Sacrifice to give himself a little bit more health, a bit more survivability, but also a lot more damage output as they're putting a immolation on the enemy, as they hit him with Conflagrations and Shadow Burns. You get a little bit of extra of that Grim Tome damage? Grim Tome? Is that what it is? I remember it used to be called Sacrifice damage. Sacrifice. I think it's called Grim though, but I'm not sure. Grimoire, maybe. Is it Grimoire? I'm not sure. Grimoire Sacrifice? I think that's what it is. Shadow Crash to the Void Terror after a stun. Still had an Inferno for a second longer to hasten, but looks like that thing just disappeared as Void Terror. How much you just fight through some of the pets of haste? It is going to sneak around the corner. Another Silence getting quite a bit of damage towards Void Terror, but after that Mortal Coil may potentially be able to get a good setup onto haste. Does close the gap. They're a little too close for a quick fear. Going to be a full Void Eruption for haste. Does not have the Void Eruptions. The Void bolts flying all around him to CC haste as they're trying to see if they can fight through the damage of a Shadow Priest at the end, but looks like they were just out of options. With Avier going to be up next, trying to see if he can fight through the Void versus the Light. Got himself a Shield of Vengeance, blinded to Haster. Haster can't really get out of this one, gonna have to take the full damage, but looks like the blind did not last long at all. That may be on the same TR as a Mortal Coil. Stun onto Avier, does not break out of that stun early, but it does give Haster an opportunity to catch up a little bit of health. Quick Fear onto Avier, does force a trick out of him. There goes the Side Fit together with all the turrets, all the tentacles, everything, all the damage collapses together onto the Paladin. They can put him back out to where the tentacles were. Maybe could be in a good spot. Haze does end up getting interrupted on Shadow, but is able to go for a little bit of a holy healing. It's going to be potentially a massive spell. Avier does go for a bubble. Haze having to go for a disperse. At this point, he just feels like there's a lot of pressure. Could lose the duel right there. Avier trying to see if he can back away from Haze as he's going to try to see if he can slow him down with a Mind Flay Insanity. Full dots around him. Mind Games to follow. Avier better be extra careful. Can't really go for a lot of healing. Word of Glory is going to be your worst enemy as Insanity with the full tentacles comes out. Haze playing that technically Nazathian build, I think it is. I think it's Nazathian. No, Nazathian is Eruptions. That's a Cthulhu build, I think. Yeah? I could be wrong on this one. I might have to double check my Shadow Priest manual. my cultist pamphlet. Gonna be Haste up next versus Silo. Silo try to see if he can break right through him with a massive eruption. This Essence break it past the man's spirit, looking for the blade dances as well as counter strikes to maybe take down Haster. Does have a siphon slowing down Silo, but needs to walk away from him as best as they can. Full meta by Silo ends up taking down the demon. That's gonna be Mind Games with a Void Sword for Haster. Try to see if he can go counter offensive, but Silo is just still putting so much pressure onto the Shadow Priest. The man needs a little bit of more healing. I don't know what else he can really do. Getting stunned up, needs to actually cast heal, but looks like Silo does it. I'm just completely overpowering him with just pressure of that fell. Nick is going to be able to walk in, land a quick stun on Demon Hunter him, couple of quick hits, and does end up taking him out. With Broken going to be up next. The Arcane Mage by the looks of it. I like the Mogula, by the way. You got the staff and the shoulders. The shoulders are real like these are Pandari shoulders, right? Something about them crystals on the sides like that looks really good. Also, the Roblust look, I'm a big fan of it. Nick preventing any kind of slows with that Hand of Freedom. Unabated, big damage to the Broken. Man, I'm leaving that man broken. He does go for the Ice Block. I don't know if he expected that much damage to happen. Nick did have a full wings available for that one though. Did have full wings available with Seraphim. That was the most amount of damage all at once. Broken tried to go for a bit of a poly onto the Paladin. Is going to go for a bit of an Arcade Surge of his own. Shield of Vengeance for Nick just to give himself a little bit more of a buffer in health. As Arcane Missiles are going to squeeze, they can puncture through the shield. Arcana Sphere getting loaded up. That's something we don't see often. Does he miss it? Does end up missing the Arcana Sphere, but we haven't seen that ability in a while. It's going to try to see if we go for a bit of a breath versus Nick. Is Broken? Is this Airless on a Mage? Is that what that is? Potentially? Maybe? Gonna be Nick trying to see if he can walk away from Broken. The man, I think, not all the time. It looks like all the time every time above their heads, but it's not all the time, it's some of the above that they get. I keep getting those confused all the time, like that clock above their heads. Oh wait, maybe it was all the time actually. Or maybe it was. Maybe I am wrong. Gonna be Nick trying to see if he can close that gap. Broken, try to see if he can blink past him. Has a Ring of Fire set up. Cannot really go for the roots on Nick at all as a hand of him. Just keeps the Paladin running. Maybe does he have any movement survivability? I think it looks like Nick does end up capitalizing on it. I don't really know the man had to flag him like that. I feel like that was a little bit BM. I don't know if he deserved all of those. It's 1 flag, 2 flags, flowers, and a firework. What's a little BM? DGK gonna be up next, summon up a big abomination, waddling towards the Paladin. The man is gonna be surrounded by these pets for a little bit as DGK try to see if he can summon up a whole nother army of the undeads. The Gargoyle join in, just as long as he can keep Nick out in the open where the pets are, put him out in the open away from any kind of pillars. That's a lot of damage for the Paladin to mitigate. Having to choose to use its holy power between damage and healing. Does go for the bubble. DGK trying to see if he can take up the damage. The dome is gonna help him reduce quite a good portion of that holy damage into the dome, reducing the damage by 50% into the shield that ends up just soaking up all the holy. Stun to Nick does end up going for a tricky. DGK at no health whatsoever. Try to see if he can go for a little bit of recovery. Nick at no health whatsoever either. Does have some cooldowns coming back up. Maybe blind or DGK may just have him. Oh! Does end up going for the big slammer, jammer, hammer at the very end. Picking up 3 kills while Hayes does end up getting 2. Well done, well done. Wow, there are a lot of quick games tonight. What is going on? Every game is about 6 minutes long. I kind of don't mind it though. These are a lot burstier than I expected them to be. Boys, let me know if you guys are ready. We'll get more going. Remember, Sacrifice, that's the one. Yeah, it took me a second, man. I don't know why that ability just was out of my mind. Nick is the pick. I do love Nick, but I don't think you should be dropping banners of people like that. Like, what do you do? Ready? Let's go, boys. Hell yeah. It's the Nokudon. I like Nokudon Arena. It's kind of big, but not too big. Me, Patrick, you're more than welcome to join. If we got groups listed, my guy. Looks like all of them are ready for now. Need one. Wait, hold on. Chicago doesn't need one. Chicago doesn't need one. Chicago needs an Chicago goes team 5. Okay, we're good. Okay, I don't know if Nokudon will work now. Let's do Dalaran sewers. Let's do down sewers. Sorry for the BM, love you guys. I had to dip for a bit. GG's all. Thanks so much for coming by, Sensei. Appreciate you. Hope you enjoy. Looks like you're enjoying the Paladin. I was gonna say hope you enjoyed the Paladin, but looks like you're already there. Works out, man. What are they all called? Usually they're called in LFG. They're called 5v5 1v1 duel groups. They're usually called 5v5 1v1 duels. But yeah, it's fun, man. Really fun, dude. Duels is so Paladin. Yeah, in Channel 7 in particular. Yo, if we do PTR duels next week, man, I think everybody needs to hop on Paladin. Like anyone interested in playing Paladin should play Paladin. It's gonna be a big bonanza. Lots of Paladins everywhere. They're probably gonna be the most busted class, but I would love to see just how strong they are because it'd be so hilarious. I'll be there for sure. Hell yeah. I would love to see people play different builds, right? Like a ranged Paladin build, the damage over time Paladin build, the hammer build, the executioners build, I'm sure we'll have like Alpha try some builds in there as well. You know, there's so many opportunities for Paladin. Maybe like a full defensive tanky build too. I imagine it'll be really, really good. But yo, because I know I'm gonna be late. Please, 6 minutes, please. Okay, cool. It's saved. Good. All right, good. Blue Twitch. We got ourselves Avair over for the team 1 on the raid. It goes a Paladin broken over as a Frosty Mage this time, which could be kind of good looking. We got a Cecilia. Well, it looks like DJK gonna be first up, gripped in into Chicago. Wait, you got gripped into Chicago when you grounding totemed? I think it was grounding totemed. I think it literally was grounding totem that yoinked him in. That's weird. Gonna be DJK with a bit of a grippy hand. Try to see if he can make Frost work this time instead of Unholy. Maybe looking to shatter through the bones of Chicago as they do go into full Ascendance. Not a proc Ascendance, actual real Ascendance. Try to see if he can one-bag DJK. Putting him out in the open does grip him through the boxes though. Putting it right next to him. DJK able to fight through the damage of this enhanced Shaman. Able to withstand the fury that is the Ascendance and able to live through the storm of it all. AMS up for DJK. Does still have a little bit of a death pact on him, so he can't really heal effectively, but as long as he can build up a little bit of resources, he may be okay. Got up some Merciless Winter, maybe that's on Chicago is going to be able to break out of the lasso. Dome down for second silence on the Chicago, still kind of playing defensively right now though, needs a little bit more resources. Gripping Chicago in, try to stay in that dome as best as possible. Chicago just needs a couple more hits. DJK does not have a lot left as he's building up a little bit of runing power, needs to go for them death strikes. But once you fall behind as a death knight, it's kind of difficult to recover. It's better when you have big health, take big hits, dash strike scale upwards, and then you can keep yourself alive. But when you're already low health, any one of those big hits can just end you right then and there. With Silo, try to see if he go for fracture. Looks like maybe interrupted himself in a hunt. That or the totem rooted him. I think he still has access to the hunt though. I think he does not waste the hunt either way. But it's going to be a big I-beam onto Chicago. Last to follow. Doesn't get a chicken for it. Trying to see if he can go for that hunt right now. There goes the full hunt down in Chicago. It is kind of short. Chicago able to hopefully withstand the damage. It's going to be a lot of healing for Silo for a little bit. Has the demonic soul, the hunt. He got all the glaives thrown in. That's going to be the Earth Elemental joins in. That's going to be Silo taking down Chicago. I was going to say about the Earth Ellie. That's an extra target for those glaives to do more damage because the more enemies to cleave, the harder they hit. Stun onto Flavor of the Month reroller. CeeLo tried to see if he could fight through this. Flavor did drop down a full spear onto CeeLo, but can he potentially do some damage in? Big Blaze Storm, massive damage, does get him interrupted onto the IBM. Big battle sets ready. The warrior just wants to go for the most amount of damage and just runs the Demon Hunter over. Oh my goodness. That is so much damage. That's both spear. He doesn't even need the spear combo to make it happen either. Oh my god. And just so much. So much. Flavor of the Month arms. Gonna be broken. Up next is a Frost Mage. This spec does need to cast a lot more than some of the other ones. Arcane definitely has a bit of casting. Fire has a little bit of casting. Frost needs a lot of casting for Frostbolts. But at least right now you do have a playstyle where Iceland's build does give you a lot of icicles, and you can whittle somebody down little by little. I don't know if he plays Glacial with it or not, but he definitely can go for a little more sustained damage. Trying to see if he can set up a Blizzard onto Flavor of the Month, maybe get whatever damage he can around the corner, maybe whittle away at him, or maybe just try to prevent the second wind from healing him. But the man is going to get healing just through regeneration alone. Broken should be playing what looks like an Ice form build, so he does have to play a full Frostbolty build. Sharper Blades available for Flavor of the Month. He wants to go in for the big Mortal Strike. Broken try to see if he can get an angle on the guy, but can't quite easily do it. Gonna be able to hit him with an Ice Nova, but Flavor, again, hugging the platform as best as he can. Trying not to give Broken any kind of line of sight. Does finally get a charge. Blink for the Mage available. Looks like maybe we're playing normal Blink, not Shimmer. Charge for Flavor of the Month. Off of that leap to follow Spear right after Broken. Maybe in a bit of trouble. Trying to go for a bit of ultra time. Does he survive this though? Good, but it should be big damage. Another Blade Storm. Oh my god, the Blade Storm was just doing work. Off of that alter time, he just altered. He just recovered all his health back. Still trying to see if he can avoid Flavor. Flavor is trying to go for a Stormbolt, but can't quite really do it. Reflect back up into Broken. I think it may be just done. Oh my. I think he reflected a Glacial back at the guy. I think he either reflected Glacial or reflected an Ice Nova at him, but I think it was a Glacial. Defensive stance up versus Avair, as Flavor did just burn quite a lot of cooldowns to fight through the Mage. At least offensively, but as long as he can recuperate a handful of them, he may be able to have him back up for the Paladin as well. Sharp Blades, Warbreaker available, or Colossus Smash would show when he's running. Reflect up, as he goes in for Stormbolt onto Avair. Blade Storm, he does get the Hodge reflected. I was gonna say, it looks like, it looked for a second like he was reflect maybe a little early, but it does last for like, what, 5 seconds. And as it's about to wane off, Avair goes in for the stun, but maybe too early. That's full wings and a Seraphim for the Paladin. Flavor just trying to see if he can avoid him. Does he have another leap? Because if he has another leap, then he definitely has to wait to disengage away from the guy. Has a reflect. It gets just a Hodge to follow. Does go in for a battle stance, but it's going to be a blind. Defensive blind though for Avair. So he no longer has a way to lock down Flavor. This way the warrior could maybe make a big play. Shield of Venus may deter him a little bit. Go into defensive stance for a moment or two. Flavor trying to see if he can fight through Avair. He's going to be able to break through the shield, and that's an eye for an eye that he's got to fight through, reducing some of the physical damage taken. The what is it? The banner is up, reducing the CC capability of Avair for a little bit. Flavor does reflect. Looks like he was able to reflect Judgment back at himself, so you can go for a Hodge into Flavor, who does go for a Trinket really early on. Trying to avoid this Paladin as best as he can. Consecration definitely don't want to stand in the best possible. He's going to be Spear. Avair may just have to go for Bubble. That's exactly what Flavor was expecting. And I think maybe Flavor still has some cooldowns available. Spear was used just to get a cooldown out of the guy. Fear to follow right after. If Flavor has himself the big go, he could potentially make something happen here. If he has himself that big, what am I thinking of? Charge? If he has the Avatar Blade Storm, I think he might be okay. Because at least he'll make sure that he doesn't have any CC. Does get himself a parry. It's going to be able to break out of the stun really quickly. Blade Storm to follow his inbound parry. I'm trying to see if he can crack through the defenses. Avair get nothing. Left at all. Flavor goes in from one to the next. WoW going to be up next. I don't think WoW was even given a chance to really get set up or anything. At least got a gate, got a port, got everything done. Fell Lord, right? The big guy? Is it a Fell Lord? I think it's a Fell Lord joining in to guard Voidtear for just a moment here, but the warrior leaping away. He knows this is a tyrant. Got only a handful of demons chasing after him. He's going to be able to charge back up towards Voidtear, but his second Fell guard joins in with an axe toss, surrounded by demons right now. Flavor could be in a bad spot. Doesn't really have a way to get away from any of these pets. Doesn't have fear or nothing. All he can really do is try to see if he can hug the platform, stun onto Voidtear, try to go into a bit of battle stance. Maybe he can make some damage happen. Defensive stance up for Voidtear as he does get himself that wall available. And that's going to be a defensive stance for Flavor of the Month as well. Does get himself a banner down in case there's CC. Again, looking to avoid void as best as he can, but the eyeball is just going to keep hitting him through the platform, not give him any recovery. Maybe he can go for a heal. Maybe got him pending victory. Looks like he got his smallest amount of heals. Spear down into Voidshare. Axe toss on the flavor. Maybe done for the count. Does get himself the smallest defense ever. Funeral into all these pets. Does he have enough damage versus Voidshare? Blade Storm. Just blasted right through him. Does he have one more executed? He is charged right after. Does get himself maybe one more Mortal Strike. Oh, he does get it. Are you kidding me? He does end up getting it in the end. Bringing it back for his team. Look at this boy go. Oh my god. Flavor of the month, dude. That's the flavor that I like. Jesus, that's so much damage. Is this the burstiest class in the game? He survived it. I don't understand this. The fact that he survived it, that was a close match. That man was just second wind, fear on the pets. I gotta go. I gotta make it happen. This man knows that, you know what? I have to make the risky plays. I have to take the risk. I may lose here, but I have to take the risky play. I have to play to my strengths. My strengths being big dammy. Man does it. Oh my god. Let's get another one going here, boys, yeah? Chicago, let me know if you need more boys in your group or whatnot. BDG is ready to go. Or DGK is ready to go. My god. That is intense. That is intense. There's danger. Alright, duel me danger. Wait, is it Demon Hunter? Are we same item level? No, he's a higher level. Yeah. There's actually no way. Yeah. I guess like, yo, I'm level 66. I beat that guy. Huge. Alright, you guys ready? Alright, let's do Nokadon. Oh my god. Dude, Flavor, if you're watching. Dude, Flavor, you're insane. Wait, Flavor is probably somebody I have on my reality, isn't it? Maybe. But they're definitely should be on my reality if they're not. Let me double check to make sure that I saved this one, because imagine if I didn't have that duel saved. Imagine if I just was like such a goofball I didn't have that specific match not saved. That would be embarrassing. But there, boys, I'm loving the variety tonight, man. We have rogues, we have ourselves mages, paladins, demon hunters, warriors. We have quite a bit of variety in general here. Shamans, we have shadow priest. I love these, man. I think having variety of classes and duels is where it's at. Demonic on the outlaw? Alright, I love it. If any neighbor group has this free spot, let me know. Always calm. Would love to have you, my man. Would love to have you. If these groups need more boys, if you guys need more bodies, you got a couple of boys in chat that are interested, from Patrick to Reaper to Always Calm to Dr. Go. Or maybe it wasn't Dr. Go, but somebody else maybe. But you boys, if you need more bodies, you got plenty. You got plenty. Alright, let's get another one going here, boys, yeah? Switch. Chill's got a group? No way. Chill's got another group? Yo, Calm, you can join Chills. You can join Chills. Check out LFG and Raids Legacy. You might be able to find the groups there. Baroque is gonna be the first one up over for the team one. On the team, we got us as Ava here. We got us as Silu. We got us as DGK and Void Terror. Broken starting off as a Frosty Mage versus Demonic is gonna play more of that Outlaw. I love that set, by the way. That gotta be one of my favorite set of Rogue. Is that one from Antorus. It looks so good. I like everything. Some people didn't like the hat back in the day. I thought the hat was a nice touch, even though it's not an item that I always ran. It's gonna be a big pistol shots with the kills, but try to go for a bit of a cleave. Maybe run away from the big stun. Broken may just have to go for Ice Block. Demonic looks like was able to avoid that entire full go. Just walked away from it. I think maybe even you sprint in order to make sure that the stun does not get stacked up on him. It's going to be a cone of cold to try to get the rogue out. Demonic with a shadow step, trying to see if he can get some damage. Just broken. Try to go for a stun, but the ice form actually prevents him from being stunnable. Into a quick rush by Demonic, able to close the gap very, very quickly. Nova is going to stop him in place, but a grapple hook going to let him close that gap very, very quickly. Broken maybe in a bit of trouble, and it's going to be down for the count as Demonic just goes in for the slicing and a bit of that dicing. Trying to see if he can get away from Ava here. As an outlaw, you do normally have a bit of a hard time versus a 3-or play class like this. But also a class that could just give yourself an immunity, like a Blessing of Protection. So Avier may be a bit of a challenge for Demonic, but at least he got himself a full-on meal. At least he's not going into this one on an empty stomach. And Avier, I think as long as Avier does not go for a cast in front of Demoniac, because you could Shadow Step, Grapple, or even Blade Rush Interrupt, That could be pretty bad for him. Grapple for Demonic as he goes away from Avier. As the do go in for a final wreck. Shadow Step to juke around him. A Demonic try to see if you can avoid him. Slow is going to stop in place for just a second. Could go big killing spree. That is a 30% damage reduction while you do killing spree, by the way. So you could use it during enemy's cooldowns and reduce the damage you take by a crazy good amount. Avier got himself Shield of Vengeance together with Eye for an Eye, so it's every defense available. Demonic just try to see if you can avoid it. Taking a couple of judgments back to back, not much you can really do about it. But has to play a bit of defensive until he can get himself a proper reset where you can go with a bit of an ambush. If he can get himself more ambushes, that's how he wins a lot of games. Double ambushes is where it's at. If you get more double ambush procs with your pistol shots, that's actually a really good setup. Blind by Avier, trying to see if he can make a play versus Demonic. Looks like he was able to break that blind somehow. Cloaking shot is for the rogue, able to get some damage to Avier, enough to force a bubble. And Avier trying to see if he can stop the scoundrel from getting himself a bit of a reset. The Paladin versus the Outlaw, the two antithetical. One is the fighter of justice, and the other is just a straight-up criminal outlaw brigadier. Gonna be out here trying to see if he can back away. Does end up tricking out of the stun. Demonic just trying to see if he can stay in there. Does he have evasion at this point? He may have evasion. If he has an evasion, he could potentially make a play here. Just stay on top of the Paladin and not let him go anywhere. Shield of Vengeance up, together with Eye for an Eye. Does get wings. Maybe big damage. Big reversal. Demoniac does not have a cheat death. Blind with a vanish. Barely any health, but does end up getting himself a quick escape. Just going for a sap. He's definitely gonna have to use everything he can to live this. Next stun, next go, next just big crit combo. Could be over. Getting a shot into Avier. Had the comp points ready from ahead of time. He just goes in for a huge ambush pistol shot setup. Well done, well done. Holding on to those comp points was probably the play. Void Tear playing Affliction this time. Trying to go for that Vile Taint versus Demoniac. Trying to kind of expect the rogue what could be. The rogue is out there just consuming, just having a bit of a snack. Just taking a bit of a... He's literally just having a snack break. He just needs some juice and he'll be good to go. Somebody could have had some juice on top of it. It's one of those juice in a carton box. Apple juice. Kinder shot onto Voidshare. Does get a Blade Flurry rolling in. I wonder if he's playing like a Master Blade Flurry thing in the setup, like more sustained damage. Gonna be full dots up of Void Terror. Trying to see if he can go for your way. There's gonna be a wall at the right. Demonic could maybe go for a gouge onto the wall. Does he have a cloak? He doesn't. Goes in for a feint instead to reduce some of the damage he's taking. Does not have advantage for a bit. Trying to see if he can just get away from Void Terror. He's actually gonna be under a ton of pressure for a little bit here, unless he uses something. He could just go down. That is a lot of dots. Cloak Shadow is up in 5 seconds. Dark Blade is going to do damage to you. Could potentially just be over. Cloak very, very soon. Oh my god, the Cloak was up in like a second. Oh, not even a full second, like a half a second. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is so trash. Oh, come on. That is so BM. That is so BM Void. That is tragic. I thought he did really good. That was so close, man. If that Cloak was back up in here earlier, like it would have been over. My god. Gonna be big damage out of Chicago. Looks to try to see if he can avenge the rogue friend with a last to fall into Void Terror as the do create a shield of Dark Pact. Trinkets? Very bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. Does try to go in for a big old soul setup, soul rod onto Chicago. Does able to put up a couple of dots, and Chicago's already backing up and trying to play it super defensively. Full shield up. Void Terror looking for yet another UA. Morlock on Chicago. That's where you want to do the most amount of damage. Malefic Capture is getting used up. It's going to get knocked back out in the open with the Sunder to interrupt them. As long as Chicago interrupts the right ability, they'll be in a good spot. Full dots are open to Chicago though. Could be in a bad spot. Could potentially even be dead. Try to go for as much self-healing as possible. Drain Life is out for Void Terror. Chicago does go on for a bit of a healing of their own. Void Terror maybe in a bit of trouble. Main mobility. Got full dots on Chicago. Just needs to sit there and let the dots do work. Chicago is able to at least remove one of the curses, the Agony. But outside of that, can't really move much. Though it looks like their healing was able to outlive the damage of Void. Void just couldn't get away from... What? Okay, dude. Alrighty. What the? Even Chicago joins that in. Huh. Okay, I guess there's that. Gonna be Silu up next as a Demon Hunter charging out towards Chicago is gonna get knocked back immediately. Does Chicago still have some dots with corruption and all that stuff burning him down yet? But it's gonna be a hunt avoided entirely by Chicago diving in behind the pillar. And Silu tried to go in for a full setup. If only you could drop down the hunt while they're midway, is going to be able to use the hunt to close the gap. If you could interrupt the hunt in any way possible, as any class whatsoever, you're in such a good spot, man. If you could just prevent it, it's so good. Lots of big damn? Definitely lots of big damn. Gonna be Silu trying to see if he can fight through. Chicago. Chicago does have ghost souls that can summon up. It is actually going to be able to knock the Demon Hunter out of his darkness. I don't think he was trying to use it like offensively to really get a setup, but that would have been such a good setup too. That would have been so good, but still, playing defensive, trying to see if he can just fight through the demon that is chasing after them, knocking it back, still trying to play defensively. At least Raptors are there, has the Maelstrom in order to heal, but do they have enough health to work with? May just go down here, get himself the Earth Elemental, do they go counter-offensive? Oh! No way you live that! No way you just live that! It went so counter-aggressive! Why? Oh my goodness! Well, there it is! I was like, why? I'm even surprised that I said why in that situation. Like, I felt like that was such a healed moment. I felt like you just heal, you just play defensively until you can maybe turn around. But maybe you felt like dampening at 30% was already getting a little high. Maybe you felt like, you know what? I gotta take a page out of Flavor of the Month's book. Go aggressive. When push comes to shove, you go aggressive and try to score a kill if you can. Chicago get hit with a stun as DGK trying to see if he can load him up full of damage, not playing the Unholy Death Knight this time, it's Frost, so every one of these abilities is trying to see if he can just chain them back to back. Quick root totem to separate the two, and Chicago does give himself a bit of a breather, but maybe still under a lot of pressure. We are 8 minutes into the duel, we have quite a bit of dampening rolled up, 41%, not going to give you a lot of healing to work with. You basically got like an enhanced mortal strike effect in the entire fight. And both of these classes can't even mess each other either. They can't even apply it and you won't want healing reduction. So, this is where most amount of damage you put in, the more damage you put in, the better. And Chicago, man, cooldown wise, they do have ghost souls coming back up, maybe a wall, but I feel like they may be a little bit behind GGK, who is going to go for that stun into a grip off of that knockback. Yet another knock, as Chicago's still trying to buy himself a little bit more space away from the death that as they're trying to see if he can ramp up their Mortis Winter. Got himself a snowball. Snowball could potentially bounce between the Raptors, but it looks like Chicago was able to get away from them for a bit here. GGK taking a bit of damage, but not enough to like start healing through it. But maybe it could just go in for full damage back reverse on Chicago. Does have a wall to hopefully survive through a little bit of the burst of GGK. Try to go in for a Warlock Hellstone Tomb to maybe give himself a little bit of survivability going forward. But it looks like Chicago just going to be able to blast him through. Yep. Just blasted it. I like your Mog, by the way. It looks good. Chicago actually picking up 3 kills? Wait, you actually did end up healing more than damage. Yo, this shaman right now, a lot more aggressive than I remember. That was just such an aggressive play versus the Demon Hunter. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised you lived it. Just because I'm so used to shaman just playing super defensive and just playing into that healing. The fact that you decided to turn around and it paid off is fantastic to see. Let's get ourselves another one going, boys. Onomas, onomas, onomas. Let me know if the groups are ready or if you guys are looking for more. We got a couple of boys wanting in. And I think Night King trying to put a group together as well. Get into more. Awesome. If you guys want to join in for Team DGK, do you need help listing DG? Because invite me if you need help listing the group. Then I can help you out there. Otherwise, yeah, I know the spot for chills. You did? Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So DG is going to need a couple. Oh, Chill's got a 5-man ready to go. All right. Should we have Chicago go versus Chills for now while DG gets a couple more boys? Getting 2 more. Okay, well, I'm going to do a quick Night King versus Chicago, and then we'll get DG in here in rotation. How does that sound? So I got you, Baldwin. We'll get you in. But let's do Chicago real quick. And Night King. Chicago 5. What arena do I throw you guys into? The Grand? I'll do Tiger Speak. I like Tiger Speak. We've been doing that one a lot recently. That was a return banner for earlier. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Well, I remember somebody bannered at some point. I think it was Nick that bannered. And then I think maybe it was a banner for that banner, but it was a banner for another banner, and banners for banners for banners for banners, you know what I mean? But yeah. Oh good, oh good, oh good. Hold on to your banners, boys. Hold on to them. Can we do Tolveron? You want to do Tolveron? Why? Why would you want to do Tolveron? Just the biggest arena ever. We've had a lot of not bad times with Tolveron because of the map, but like duels just don't work well in Tolveron. But like if you guys really want to do it, a lot of people don't like me and my team. Errorless, why would they not like you and your team? I like you and your team. I like you in particular, Errorless. I like you a ton. Don't listen to them. They're all a bunch of haters. It's just you and me against the world, errorless. I got you back, bud. Oh, man. Alright, let's get us another going here, boys. So, Twitch. We got us a shield pills over for the Team 1. Make it a return as a Night Elf. At least you're not a panda this time, but a Night Elf. Actually, I think it's my favorite version of Chill Pills. It's Chill Pills as a Night Elf. This looks like a chat. Diabolical's joined into the arenas with Paige. Going to be first time Paige actually gets to play this time around. I think Paige has been waiting to play for a while, but just hasn't had a chance whatsoever. Diabolical's opening up as a Destruction Warlock, opening up those gates. And that's going to be immediately a Shadowy Portal, as well as a Chaos Portal, blasting him out. Succubus CC putting him out in the open with Soulfire, Shadow Fury. Big damage, and Paige is trying to see if he can walk out. Looks like the crystal of a Bonds of Fell does dissipate right before he leaves its area. Diabolical's with a Reflect in case there's a Hodge waiting for him. Does get interrupted on a Chaos Bolt, which does give Paige a little bit of a go into a final wreck. Trying to see if he can make a big play. Does he have a stun to follow? Hodge potentially. Paige taking a lot of damage. Big Inferno down. Does go for the bubble. Diabolical's looking to use that mobility to escape him. It's going to be that soul burn into a Warlock port. Using those souls that collect into soul shards and trying to see if you can amplify all of their healing, all of their damage. Actually, more healing than survivability more than anything, isn't it? Paige still had wings for a moment, may be able to still continue to heal himself with that healing hands talent into a Mortal Call Fear Chaos Bolt. May just put him in a bad spot. Oh, a second bolt. Second bolt does not leave their fingertips. But Paige is going to be able to back up out of the way though. Inferno finally collapsing away. And that's going to be getting them so far off of that Succubus CC. Oh, Paige! I love how they were left with like 1 health at the end of it. I am so surprised. Haster charging out immediately, trying not to let Diabolicals get any more of a go. On Team 1, we also got ourselves Atomic in here. I'm Atomic. We got ourselves Light Messiah joining as well as Zabuza. Yo, the boys are in here. Haster on that Team 1. We also got Flavor of the Month. They're back ready to go. Swapping out the Mug. Demonic on the Outlaw Chicago on the Advancement. Silence on the Diabolics as he goes in for a bit of a dark pack. Succubus CC onto Haster. Haster's focused on fighting Diabolicals, but man, frequent some Succubi, doesn't ya? Gonna be a big old mind games on Diabolicals. Does have interruptions, but not a single one reach Diabolicals. I guess it is a pretty small target to hit, isn't it? You can avoid and get and squeeze in between of them. Wall up for Diabolicals. Try to see if he can maximize that play here versus Haster. Dropping down a big Shadow Crunch. Bonds of Fell with his soul fire. It's forcing him to just move. Breaking the bonds. Is going to be able to port around him. Trying to summon up even more portals. Shadow Fury into Haze. Can't really go anywhere. Can heal himself. Big soul fire. Trying to see if he can complete it, but couldn't quite do it. It is a long cast for you to complete. Try to use it off of that fear or off of that stun. But it's going to be a fear out of Haze. Taking a bit of damage from the portal, able to recover it a little bit. For Diabolicals, the portals are so good though. They are adding quite a bit of damage for him, but also quite a bit of resource building and sustain at times, depending on the portal that you get. Bonza fell around the corner, got himself yet another portal. It is a good one. It's doing quite a bit of damage. It's a good mix between burst and sustain. Silence on a Haste does interrupt it back onto himself. I didn't realize he's interrupted himself. He silenced himself off Diabolicals Reflect. That's unfortunate. But Haste was able to disperse a lot of the birds. Diabolicals did sink in a couple of bolts into him. So that is actually pretty good for Haste. That's a lot of resources he was able to soak up. And it's actually kind of a bit of value as Haste does have some defenses coming back. Looks like Haste no longer plays with a Vampiric Embrace. I'm looking at it. That's actually weird. That's actually really weird. Diabolicals goes in for a big board. Succubus CC onto Haze. And is just going to try to see if he can back up out of the summon a freshly Succubus. So that Haze cannot really take down that one. Maybe Diabolicals still has a quick summon ability, so even if Haze takes down the main Succubus he got right now, maybe potentially still will be a chance for him to get a fresh new one up and running either way though. It's going to be Bonzafell, trying to see if he can break out of it. Diabolicals, kind of half-ish health. Could be in a bad spot. Stun, but it's going to be Succubus CC immediately triggers out of it. Fear onto the Warlock. As was a Succubus, has Diabolicals all by himself. Silences him before the Reflect comes out. This is where Diabolicals taking a lot of damage. That Mindful Insanity actually has a bit of a reach, doesn't it? He just kept channeling it even through a wall, even through those distances. Diabolicals in that execute range. Mortal Call sending a haste, picking up a little bit of health. Succubus CC, Soulfire, quick cast him. It's going to be Shadow Fury right after. This is where you want to make sure you get the most amount of damage. Does go Soul Burn with a Warlock Hellstone, summoning up a full-on Infernal. As long as you keep haste or slowed, you may be in a good spot. It's going to be opening up a portal. Hey, Flash Heal is going to be up for haste. I'm trying to see if he can heal through this. The Chaos Bolt for the portal does end up collapsing on him. Second Chaos Bolt to follow, putting in a lot of pressure. Another portal opener up, just putting even more sustained output with all the shadowy bolts flying in. Haste is just in a bad spot right now. Needs some kind of CC, needs some kind of a heal. That's going to be a second, but CC does not break to damage immediately as the cans will get sent in. Haste at low health could go for power live, but looks like, oh man, trying to see if he can survive it, but couldn't quite do it. I think at the end, Diabolicus may have had him with like a mortal coil or something. Flavor of the month is going to be up next. So far, this man has had himself a hell of a damage streak. There's still a full team 1 ready to go and ready to fight. Can he potentially take down Diabolicus here? Try to see if he can do it. That's going to be a big four. Does charge after him with a blaze storm. Oh, it's chopping right through him. Doesn't give him a chance. Does commit a lot of damage for him. As we hit in the 5-minute mark, those duels between Diabolicus and Paladin and Haster, those lasted for a while, man. We're in the 5-minute mark. This could take us a while. And Atomic going to be up next with the Stormbolt on the Flavor of the Month. Trying to see if he can parry back after him. Or parry him out here. Gonna be a quick break out of the fear for Flavor. It's gonna be a stun onto Atomic. And Atomic going in for a big execute. Fear onto him, Berserker Rage out of it. It's gonna go for a leap towards Flavor. Flavor is gonna have to use everything he can in order to see if he can just take down Atomic. Atomic still does have a parry, so for Flavor, that's gonna be pretty good. Or for Flavor, it could be pretty bad. For Atomic, it would be really, really good. Defense stats for Flavor of the Month, I don't really know if you can really do much about this. I think it's over. Yeah, Atomic just walks at him with a parry. Not much you can really do with that situation. Big zap by Chicago, trying to prevent Atomic from being able to go for a proper reset as Wolves are coming in, or rather Raptors, Frosty and Fire Raptors. So you do want to go for the Frosty hits, Fiery hits, or potentially even an Elemental Blast in order to maximize your damage as you are playing Elemental Wolves. Does he have him here? Big Ele Blast. It looks like Atomic was able to survive it. Is going to go for a bit of a charge over Chicago. Reflect is up. But I think it's still maybe kind of down for done. Especially if Chicago has any Maelstrom to take him down. Atomic just trying to see if he can leap away. As long as he has a Flame Shock, he won't be able to get himself a proper heal. Earth Elemental is going to put in the pressure. Just again, denying any kind of healing from a second one from the Warrior. As long as you can just do any kind of ability, just to harass the enemies so at least their health takes damage, they can never get value on that second win. Does go in for the board. Big zaps out of Chicago. Stormbolt by the Warrior, but does go for the Trinket just to make sure they can take down the Warriors. Chicago, that's a pretty ballsy move as a Light Messiah, the Paladin walking at you, could potentially be a Stormbolt, a Hodge, or a blind combo by Light Messiah. And Chicago will not have an answer for it. There goes the Hodge. It looks like it's a mid-yard. Light Messiah could go for a full blind. Try to see if he can catch up to Chicago. Final Wreck is going to try to use the Rapture mobility to hopefully escape him, but can he do it? Blind to follow. This is an opportunity for the Paladin to make a big play, but looks like breaking his own blind. Chicago using a wall and just getting backing up out of there. Whatever Maelstrom they got in mana, using that for recovery. Light Messiah backing up for a second. Actually taking a little bit of damage. Looks like Chicago maybe be able to turn around, get counter aggressive with Light. Does have the big zaps to follow as well. Light backing up out of there entirely. Double Raptors are in. Lightning and Frosty Raptors could give Chicago maybe a bit of a play, especially when it comes to lightning bolts or potentially big frost shocks. Is going to go for a bit of flash heal. Chicago just needs to get himself a bit of a setup, looking for a smallest bit of recovery, maybe, as Light is trying to go for flash of lights. Could maybe get an interrupt on him if he's trying to go for a cast. Lightning Lassa could be a bubble here out of Light Messiah. Thunder to follow. I think it's over. Oh! I don't know if he was trying to hold on to the bubble later or what, but he wasn't able to use it. Zabuza going to be up next, looking like a straight up gladiator out of the gladiatorial arena. Chicago backing up out of there for a moment as Zabuza did use his mobility really, really early on. That is full wings out of the Paladin too. But does he have himself a big setup? I don't see a Seraphim or nothing. It looks like wings are down. No, it's not real wings. I think he got wings as like a proc wings. So he still has real wings, I think. Maybe? I'm not sure actually. Paladin wings never really showed up properly on the UI. Gonna be an eye for an eye, but Chicago maybe. Oh my, I think that was real wings. I think that might have been real wings. Triple's going to be up next as a Frosty Death Knight charging out towards Chicago. He needs to solve the Shaman threat if he wants to be able to bring it back for his team. Using Wraithwood to walk in, but Elastic going to stop him. Root to follow. Try to see if he can go for a couple of those strikes of a blitz. He's going to trick it out of the root just to catch up to Chicago. But I think the Shaman is pretty nimble, mounting up in order to give himself quite a bit of mobility. Stun on Chicago with a Strangulate Silence to follow, as they're just not letting the Shaman play the game whatsoever. It looks like maybe they're just going to have to back up and maybe mount up. I think Shilpa is just out of cooldown, so he's fine just waiting it out. This is where Chicago I think could push in. Now that Shilpa is out of CDs, this is where the Shaman needs to make a play. Chilpa's with a bit of a blind, trying to maintain the CC onto Chicago with those chains, trying to keep the dots rolling in. 49% dampener. And Chicago does not really have a lot of Maelstrom built up whatsoever. Does have Wolves coming back up soon though. With the ground totem, wall and everything. Could potentially be a big clash in the middle. Chicago has a trinket, whereas Shield Pills does not. And as long as you can just catch up back to the Death Knight, locking him down with a stun, potentially maybe get a proper slow in the guy, you could make a good play. Lastly, did quite a lot of damage here too with one of the raptors being a lightning raptor. It doesn't power your nature hits into a full stun out of the remote switch. Chicago with a wall, trying to go for a bit of a heal. Big blitz back to back, 4 shields with yet another stun raptor. Chicago needs Maelstrom in order to heal himself immediately. Does get himself a bit of Maelstrom, but it's not really enough healing. Maybe has to go counter aggressive. Does get a root skill pills as he's trying to go for a grip, and it's going to be grounding totem. Letting Chicago at least get himself a bit of escape, but looks like they died. Huh? Wait, was that battle message Ricky just fell off at the last second? That must have been it, man. That must have been it. No way. Drinking out a demonic, as you can say with the blind by Chupas. Disarming the Frosty Death Knight. The DK try to see if he can avoid him. Vanish out of the rogue. Not gonna let this Death Knight escape. He got him in his sights. Not gonna happen. Chicago does bring it back for the team though. Quite a bit of damage. Diabolical's also quite a bit of damage on that guy. Dude, the Soulfire build is so good. I love the damage that it did at the very beginning. This is so good. Oh my god. Let's go back to Zandalar. Azanda? Chills is Zanda? Wait, Chills was Zanda, wasn't he? I don't really remember Chills as Zanda, but I think it's starting to ring a bell. Let's get us another them going. Yo, DGK. Let me know if you guys got a group with Airless in them. Night King, Chicago, let me know if you guys still got a group. I'm pretty sure Night King still has a squad ready to go. They barely get a chance to play, so I'm sure they're still around. Group fell apart for now. If you need more people, I can join one of the groups. Okay. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. So it looks like Night King and Chicago still has a 5-man. DGK's team fell apart, but DGK is floating around, and some of the people from DGK's team are still floating around. If you guys need more bodies, open the groups up, open your hearts to the boys, open your groups, and just let them know in the chat, hey, we got some spots. They'll be down to join in. Yo, what's up, Dennis Rabbit? How do my man? I'm a good one. This is so fun. Those are a lot of fun, man. This is great. Love the Destro by Diabolicals. Dude, he's normally Demonology, but him with Destro, mwah. He's actually pretty good as Destro. What arena do we do? Open these. What arena do we do for you boys? Hook point? I feel like we've done all the good arenas so far. Let's do a hook point, I guess. Hit back or leaf. Is he actually like geared? Oh, what the hell? I'm level 60. What the hell? I'm dead. I suck. Wow, that was so bad at Demon Hunter. Can't believe it. You see him? He died to a level 80. Level 70 Paladin on full PvP gear. Pathetic. I'm sorry, guys. I tried. It was too much. I'm a fraud. Oh my god. Oh my god. I like this song a lot. Hope you guys don't mind if I restart it once the duel starts, yeah? It's a lot of fun, actually. Let me restart it real quick. I just like this one all the time. Alrighty, so Twitch. What do we got tonight? We got Tannis Rabbit with a donut, my man. How you doing? Bloody yo! Thank you.
Amazing. Love the commentary and that bloody mustache.
Yo, thank you so much, Tannis. I appreciate you, my guy. Can we get an hashtag Tannis Rabbit in the chat, boys? Showing appreciation for Wolf Donut, my man. Appreciate you, my guy. Oh my goodness. Haster getting hit with a second, but CC breaking out pretty quickly. Diabolicals goes in for immediate reflect, trying to see if he can prevent Haster from maybe locking him out. Mortical is sent in, Soulfire right after, blasted out Haster together with an Infernal around the corner, trying to see if he can waddle away. Cannonball loaded up. Oh my god, Haster does have a defensive, brocking immediately as soon as his health kind of starts to get low. Shadow Crusher around the corner, he's trying to see if he can barrage and mortar Diabolicals, but Diabolicals is literally explosion incarnate. Double portal, lots of damage, lots of output. Haster may be in trouble, maybe disperse play, does go for disperse. Is it enough that he still could die through the disperse? It is a lot of damage from these portals, who is still channeling the Shadow Bolting. Goodness, oh my god. Diabolicals is just a master of barrages, man. One man cannon. Well done. Trying to go for a bit of a first aid. That's a little Merlin in the back. Are you okay, buddy? You're in combat somehow. Keeping him alive, right? Oh my goodness. Chicago gonna be up next. Succubus trying to see if he gets some damage on. Chicago does go for the Alien Blast, but Diabolika's got a pretty big hit of his own. Quite a bit of damage off of the one ability with the crystal. You have to break the crystal. I mean, you have to walk out of it. I still remember when that crystal, when the thing was so messed up about the crystal is like, the crystal would slow you as you're trying to walk out of it. So it was really difficult to break it because it had a slowing effect. Now, ever since they removed it, I honestly think they should give you like a movement speed buff whenever you have the crystal. Like encourages you, hey, walk out of this thing. Do it. Easy. Gonna be sucked by Seep. On Chicago, as they do get an Earth Elemental joined into, the Earth Ellie is gonna be kinda helpful in this regard. Because it's going to give Chicago a little bit extra health to work with. Bonzafell around the corner. Chicago almost breaking it, but it looks like is going to have to break the Bonzafell in order to get him to full mobility. Doesn't want to be tethered to the crystal whatsoever. Is leaping in towards Diabolicals. Quite a bit of damage out of the Warlock. Going in for back-to-back conflagrations. Trying to go for instant cast. With anything that Earth Elemental is doing, it is definitely giving you those free backdraft procs, which could be quite good. Diabolicals is going to summon a freshly Succubus because it looks like Chicago is just so focused on the Succubus. Wants to prevent any of those CCs from the Succubus seduce because that could put him in a bad spot. So if you remove the pet away from Diabolicals, it isn't a good position. But one thing Diabolicals can do though, he's trying to use that Warlock trick where he's moving the Succubus next to him by summoning up that Eye of Kilrock. Something about that Eye of Kilrock causes your main pet to port right next to you. Chicago kind of caught in a bad spot. Do the break Bonzafell? Looks like they do, as they do get hit with a Soulfire. That's quite a bit of dot damage burning him down as well. What do you do in this kind of situation though? Do you get in? I think you at some point do have to get in next to Diabolicals, who's going to get himself a freshly Succubus. I think Diabolicals maybe trying to bank up a couple of portals. Big backdraft cast onto Chicago does get himself the Ghost Wolves or the Ghost Raptors joining in. Big lightning bolts to follow. Could do a lot of fire damage. Double fire raptor is available. Big Sunder maybe could get a couple of lava lashes back to back. As long as you trap Diabolicals on Shadow Flame, I think it'll be golden. Big chaos bolt, but it does have a wall with it. One of the portals is out right now to press Chicago, porting on top of him with a lasso, making out of that one with a trinket, as Chicago does burn in a full wall. So fire is out for Diabolicals. That's got a pretty big slow in Chicago with a stun. Bonzafell to follow, trying to see if he can get himself a better angle, but Chicago is just going to try to see if he can back up out. Using that Maelstrom, using the mana, and line of sight, trying to prevent as much damage from Diabolicals as they can. Building up a little bit of mana in order to get himself a bit of that healing. Mostly playing defensive on this one, but at some point we'll have to get aggressive. Maybe Chicago is fishing for the better Raptors, because if you get Lightning Bolt Raptors, you can go for like double zaps with a lasso, which Raptors will also increase the damage of lasso. Maybe going for the Frost Shock Raptors too. Frosty Raptors could be the play. Maybe that is the play on Raptors that they needed, potentially. Try to see if you catch up to Diabolicals at some point, but he's just constantly perma-slowed. Not much you can really do unless you blast out yourself out into maybe Ghost Raptor form. Diabolicals does go for the Succubus. See, as he gets rooted, got himself a Bonzafell in Chicago. Like the last to follow right after, does get himself a pretty big shield. That's going to be reflected on top of it. Chicago back it up for just a moment. Big Cannibal trying to load up by Diabolicals, porting on top of Chicago with a Mortal follow. Does try to go for an intro, but doesn't quite get it. Diabolicals has a lot of haste already. Shadow Fury, uninterruptible, stun, maybe a Soulfire. Does go for a full Soulfire. Chicago could be in a bad spot. Does Diabolicals have portals to open? Looks like he doesn't. Using Gnomish Racial to break out of any kind of slows and roots. Trying to see if we can blast at Chicago. Chaos Bolt for one portal. Shadowy Bolts for another portal. Bonzafell around the corner. Off of that Succubus CC. Does he have the damage? He just hits an angle. Mad Burst on Chicago. What was that? Porting on top of the Shaman. Does it take him out right then and there? Maybe. Hold on a second. Chicago took a lot of hits out of nowhere, but Diabolicals also took a lot of hits in his health. Lasso, is that enough to take him down right here? Does Chicago have enough here? Leaping in. Reflect out for Diabolicals. Does go for a bit of a heal. Backdraft back on Chicago into yet another fresh new Succubus. What is going on? The damage on these two, it looks like they're kind of passive, and then all of a sudden the health bars are just in danger, in jeopardy. All of a sudden, Bonzafell just getting some freebie damage for Diabolicals. He doesn't even have line of sight of Chicago, and he's able to just get a couple of cheesy hits. Boarding a little bit early. Chicago recovered a little bit of health. Succubus CC right afterwards with a Soulfire to follow. Shadow Fury right after. Maybe a big lockdown. One portal is available. Couple of conflags to follow. Chicago trying to see if he can back up out of there. Going to be a grounding totem, but it looks like it's not able to ground down the Chaos Bolt. Second bolt right after. Chicago could be in big trouble. Do they go down here? Still a Shadowy Bolt portal attacking him a little by little. Lots of sustained damage a little over time. Maybe break the bonds of fell. Lasso instead. Trinkets. Reflect available. Chicago, do they just end him right here? Maybe. Oh, Diabolicus does go in. Get himself a backdraft proc, I think, from one of the Raptors. And is able to eliminate Chicago fairly quickly. Atomic. No. Flavor of the Month is going to be up next. Spear onto Diabolicus to try to see if he can execute him down. Leaping into a portal, but doesn't come out alive on the other end. Zabuza is going to be up next. Blaze Storm to follow. That's going to be full dark, not dark pack. Full battle stance. I won't call it dark pack. Full battle stance for the warrior. Does have a parry. He's gonna go for a trinket out of that stun. Battle stance. Try to see if he can take down Zabuza. May need a bubble. Oh, looks like he decided to use the global and divine toll instead of a bubble. Light Messiah gonna be up next. Immediate Stormbolt hitting him right after. Got himself a fear as it's gonna be Flavor of the Month going in for a more defensive stance. Got himself a bit of a heal, but looks to gonna back away from Light Messiah for just a second. I think he just maybe needs to get him in the slow, maybe put a bleed on the guy, and just walk away from him. Looks like he's going to go for the big lead before the blind comes out. His light does go in for a full final wreck. I feel like as soon as you see the final wreck and wings, you know the man is going to want to do something. Battle stance for Flavor may not be the best time to do it. It does go down as Light Messiah is able to take him out. That is super unfortunate. He did go in for battle stance. I think was trying to see if he can go for like a Stormbolt setup, but he just couldn't do it fast enough. Demoniac quickly up next with a bit of a double ambushes onto Light Messiah. Get a shot to follow. Does go for a disarm with a killing spirit after, as it's going to be a blessing of protection for a paladin. Demoniac looking for a bit of a reset behind the pillar. Light catching up as much health as he can. I like your Mog, by the way. You got to get a full, like, what is it? The WAD. What rate is this set? The first rate of, I think it's the first rate, right? Haimon, I think it was. Get a shot onto Light Messiah. Does Demonic have enough damage here to break through the Paladin? Full stun. Got himself a bit of a Seraphim. Maybe potentially proc or actually unused Seraphim. Not really sure. Rogue still in the game though. Does he have evasion? No, but he got a lot of pistol shots, a lot of ambushes back to back. Trying to be very careful with the eye for an eye as it does reflect damage back to him. Or counterattack him. It doesn't really reflect. Like you don't hit the guy for like 100, reflect 100. It's like, I think. I'm not sure, but I know it's consistent. It is something as a fast-paced class. We don't really want to use, similar to Thorns, but not quite. Kind of like a Pally version. Pally versus all the Paladins like that. I mean, yeah, you should see the Paladin burst in 10:07, Tina. Maybe we'll do some 10:07 duels next week. Get the shot yet again for the Rogue. Trying to see if he can get a setup versus Light Messiah. Disarm to follow. Doesn't break out of it very quickly, but it's going to be a trinket, which is punished by a Hammer of Justice by Light Messiah. Demonic trying to see if he can get himself just a little bit of damage versus the Paladin, but can he do it? Just needs one more ambush. If he can maybe manage it. Vanish. Oh, goes in for a Vanish pistol combo. Wants to make sure that he can maybe eliminate him, and Chilpa's not gonna let this Rogue out of his sights. See pickup used, but 9 minutes after the duel, there's nothing Demoniac can do. Just goes in for a blind stun, catches him. He had to. Okay, that's so BM. That is so BM. Just teabagging right in front of him. Who does that, Chilled? Paige gonna be up next. Major bubble right now. Blind on all these pets, trying to see if he can survive this, looking for a bit of a heal. That is a lot of armies of undead still surrounding the guy. Mason into bubble. Bubble now. Bubble, here it goes. The Chippas does have a pre-AMS ready. Try to see if he can use that to walk away from Paige. My goodness, the Paladin is just starting off on the back foot with high dampening. That's a tough one, man. That's a rough one. Maybe he can get Chilpas down. He was going to have to be very, very careful with the CC. Chilpas does not have a trinket, so maybe a stun lock blind combo could do the trick. Does go in for stun. Maybe has the play. Does he do it here? Trying to see if he can crack through the death of his defenses. Got himself a Seraphim. Stun. Trinkets out of it immediately. Chilpas maybe in a bit of trouble. Does have a dark back. Summon up a whole army of the dead. If you can just let Paige sit there with the army and not let him go anywhere, he's actually going to be able to do quite a bit of damage. Needs himself a dark back right now. Stunned by the pet for just a second. AMS up, and oh! I think I might have actually went for the full executed build. I think there might have been a Soul Reaper there at the end. Well done, well done. Diabolicals are 2, showing us how hard destruction can hit. Light Messiah slamming 1 kill. We got Chupos coming back, slapping 2. Well done, boys. I like it. Well done. Longer games this time compared to the 6-minute games we had at the very start of the night. Chicago News 1. Alrighty, alrighty. If you guys want to join Chicago, you got a group listed. We list our groups over in the Raids Legacy section. You guys want to join in. Let's see, you guys already got a 5th? That quick? That or... Let me know. Let me know. Got 5? Hell yeah. Night King, you should still have a group, yeah? Let me know if you're ready. We almost had 200 recordings here, chat. EU is crying in the corner, wishing they could play as much as they could. I mean, I try to give you the full time of day, but it's just like we haven't had the same, I don't want to say turnout. Oh, actually, I guess no, the word turnout is pretty good, but it just hasn't got the same amount of like games in, man. I try to give them as much of an effort, you know what I mean? I try to give them as many games as possible, but it's like I guess it is late by the time we do them, because so then by the time we're like a couple hours in, it's like, all right, Dal, it's 3 in the morning, man. I gotta get some sleep, dude. It's 3. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, haha, I don't know what that means. That's how I live in my degen hours, you know what I mean? Literally living in my degen hours, boys. Work just got me all messed up. You work on one project, you work on another, you work on another, and you're like, all right, got done with the project. Oh, it's 10 in the morning. Wow. What the? Shame no duels in Raz. Ooh, I did think originally we were gonna try to do some duels in Raz for Sirs, but yeah, we never ended up doing them. I was originally gonna plan like try Raz beta to see if they even work, but we never got around to it. But hey, maybe Cataclysm, right? I would have loved to bring these outside of retail, though. I think it would have been cool. It would have needed like to be a coordinated effort. Like we would have needed to get Chilpills, who was in the beta, maybe Jake, who's on the beta. Basically, get everybody who does have the beta to Wrath to join in and try to see if it coordinated. And I was saying like maybe we should try for that. Cowboy Nodge. There's no way that's Nodge, right? I don't think that's Nodge, is it? I was thinking like maybe we should try it, and I was saying before like maybe we'll organize it, but I never actually organized it. And I think the reason it was is because Dragonflight beta and alpha was around the same time, wasn't it? Like Wrath beta and alpha was around the same time as Dragonflight, was it not? So I think we were just busy with Dragonflight stuff. Or was it before that? Or maybe it was before that. I don't remember. Because I think my memory probably doesn't serve me well, but I want to say they probably launched around the same time, didn't they? I don't remember anymore though. The Twitch, that would be the amount of people. Who knows? Gonna be Cowboy Naj getting slammed down, but Chupa's immediately swarming him with a full army of the undeads. As Cowboy got himself full incarnation, Wall gonna try to see if he can escape this undead horde. Wall falling off in a little bit here. May have to go for that Heart of the Wild. I don't know if that'll be enough though. Is it going to be Gargle in the air, ready to barrage him? But Gargle having a hard time swinging around towards Cowboy Naj. The Undeads, though, are doing pretty good work. The rest of them, like the A-Bomb, doing fantastic work. The main pet, pretty good. The Gargle disappeared fairly quickly, though. So it looks like majority of this army has been mostly survived. Mostly avoided. Cowboy does go in for a bit of a root onto Chilpills, unless he got himself that Wraith Walk. I don't think there's much you can do about it. Trying to see if he can go for a bit of a shadow meld. I think Cowboy Nudge realized that there definitely has to be a shadow meld on that guy. Definitely full army joining back in for Cowboy Nudge. As long as if he can maybe CC the full army of the undeads, maybe he'll be in a good spot. Rude by the main pet. Try to see if he can go for an interrupt there. Cowboy with a bit of a barkskin bear form, friends in region, trying to see if he can get himself recovery as the army of undead, the ghouls, the scourge, the zombies, they're just not letting him recover whatsoever. He's trying to go for healing, but is having a very hard time fully recovering. Maybe a rejuve, maybe a swift man behind the pillar would work. Chills does that a pop in his main goal just to give himself a little bit of health as well. It's going to be a game of blades versus undead pets. A bit of a cat and mouse here, as the two are trying to see if we can do damage to each other without really being in combat. For Cowboy Naj, he doesn't really want to be in melee. He doesn't really want to get hit. For Chilpas, he needs to stay in combat in order to get any kind of healing, in order to get any kind of value. Double stun to Cowboy Naj, could be in a bad spot. Does he go for a big heal? Trying to go for a main, maybe has a root onto Chilpas. Trying to see if he can root one of the pets, I think, of Chills. But it's going to be lots of those pets attacking him, all surrounding him. Does Chill play into Soul Reaper? Because these pets are able to get Cowboy Naj pretty low, but not enough to kill him. But I'm wondering if like well-played Soul Reaper as the pets coalesce around him, get him into a critical condition. I wonder if that's enough to end up taking him out. Catboy does end up going for the Heart of the Wild, which is going to make him more effective in any of the roles outside of cat form. Heart of the Wild increases your survivability, increases your magic damage and your healing output, and reduces mana cost of many of your abilities. So for him, it's actually a pretty good spot right now. Like, he can just heal himself and he can sustain himself and just put himself in a good spot. It is a 5-minute cooldown being used though. Stun onto Catboy does have a bark skin. Is this going to be enough here? The main goal kind of passive? Swear to God, the main goal looked like it was a passive, just kind of following you around for a moment. Blind to Cabonage, I think just waiting out for all these pests to surround you. Maybe Chilpas has some more cooldowns coming up. Gonna be AMS out after. Into sounds like Cabonage, no healing, does have friends in region, does not need mana or silence in order to be able to get himself with that berry heal. Chilpas at no help whatsoever, does have a couple of bleeds on him, try to go for the group, yoinking the Feral back in, looking for more death strikes back to back. Maim does have a trick for it, root to follow. Cabonage is gonna try to see if he can back up behind the pillar, does have an incarnation of the ready. I don't know if Chilpas get a stun or anything. Does have an A-bomb back up. So maybe we could throw the A-bomb behind the pillar. Does end up throwing the A-bomb back there. Full new pet, I think, summoned up as well. Gargoyle is in play. Does he have maybe the full army? I think Sacrifice the main pet too. That's going to be Cabonage with a full wall. Trying to see if he can make a play. Full Frenzy onto Chills with a main run after. Is it going to be enough? They'll try to see if he can avoid him. Feral form or Trowel form. Leap it away. It looks like Chilpa is just completely blood up. I think it's over. Just needed to play the long game of bleeding that guy up. That's literally all he had to do. Gonna be Amatomic up next. Does Amatomic take down the Feral Druid? Full beads are on him. Immediately gets the 5 comp point finisher to get himself a proper root. As long as you get himself those finishers at high comp points, there's a pretty good chance your next ability, either regrowth or a root, is instant cast. And I think costs no mana either. But it does end up helping him quite a bit. Atomic could be bled up entirely just like how Chilpas was. So for Cabonage, it's going to be the play, I think. Get himself full bleeds, but it's kind of away from any kind of pillars. Bash onto Amatomic, who does go in for a bit of that Crusader, not Crusader Strike, Warbreaker maybe? Mad damage on Cabonage. Does he escape it? Is this going to be over for the Druid? Try to see if he can get himself a heal. Oh, does get executed though. That is super unfortunate. Who would win? One Feral Druid who can just bleed you in the entire game, or one angry boy with a big sword? It looks like Atomic was the play. Just did it. Try to see if he can avoid Chicago. Do you see how he bleeds on him? He's trying to play into that second win. As long as he doesn't take damage to his hellbow for like 6 seconds, he can start healing. Bladestorm to follow, trying to avoid Chicago. Does not get a heal at all. Maybe Amatomic can get himself a heal through impending victories and stuff, like off of the pets, but that's about all I can really think of. I think at this point you have to start hitting maybe like the Earth Elemental, because you're not getting any heals whatsoever. But if you can maybe get an execute on one of these pets, maybe that'll give you a heal. Chicago does get a random proc of Ascendance, lots of damage, lightning last onto Amatomic, who does have a trick for it, leaping away, but never needs some kind of a heal. Maybe, I was gonna say, maybe could use the Dark Iron Racial to remove and shed the Flame Shock on him, but that's kind of, the cooldown for that is gone. Maybe can get counter-aggressive with Chicago. It just needs to get a proper stun and then go in for a big Warbreaker, Colossus Smash, or Avatar combo, but I think it's over. Yeah, try to see if he can make a play. But there's only so much you can really do with Light Messiah going to be up next. Charge it out towards Chicago. Chicago decided to play the full play of like, just let's just keep the warrior in combat. Keep him playing the game just a little bit longer. Gonna be mad descendants for Chicago as they get hit by blind from Light Messiah. Still mad damage by the shaman, forcing a bubble out of the paladin. Chicago trying to use that wall with Ghost Raptor form to try to see if they can just waddle away from the pally. Light Messiah, full wings blaring, wants to make some damage happen, but that bubble had to play super defensive, man. It's still on the back foot since Light Messiah is able to use the human racial to break out of the sun effect, but is not really able to get away from Chicago quite easily. You either got to commit to offense or defense, and I think he's trying to figure out whether he wants to do one or the other. Got himself what looks like a random proc of Seraphim. Okay, that was a random proc of Seraphim. I was about to say, like, was it a real proc or just a random one? Big Elite Blaster adapter, Chicago trying to see if they can just continue their advantage. So far, they've had such good pressure versus the Paladin, who is desperately looking for a reset. Did use Lane Hands too, so that is going to be his big heal kind of gone out of the equation. Needs to wait until the next blind or next stun, but until then, just needs to keep himself safe. Chicago trying to see if they can close that gap. Got the root totem around the corner. That was also a grounding totem as well. Light Lassa onto Light Messiah. Finally able to catch up with the second. Sunder right after. Mad damage. Light Messiah could be done for the count. Double zaps for Chicago. And it looks like Light Messiah just looking for the heal. The Raptor's still on him. That's going to apply a little bit extra maelstrom for Chicago. Next, Lightning Bolt or Oily Blast could be deadly. Light, do you have a Judgment that gives you cleanses? I think you actually may be playing Judgment that gives you cleanses. But I'm not sure. I saw a cleanse, but I'm not sure. Maybe or not. Hold on. There's definitely cleanses something. I'm not sure. I actually can't tell. If he's playing Judgment that cleanses him, maybe that's why he doesn't set roots like ever. Besides Hand of Freedom, Micro just remove it. Light Messiah, no help whatsoever still. Hand of Freedom, 40% dampening, not giving him much of breathing room though. Does he have a stun? Does he have a blind? Does he have anything? Chicago has a trinket backup. So maybe go with a blind on the opener and then maybe follow up with a stun after Chicago trinkets? Potentially. Possibly. Chicago does have a grounding totem ahead of time. Blessing of protection for Light Messiah. Chicago able to bypass it with a Light Lassa, not giving this paladin even a chance. I feel like the Blessing of protection was like one of those moves where I got nothing. I gotta use something. I want to try to make a play. At least I got myself some form of immunity. But against the Shaman, the Lightning Lassa just bypasses entirely. Stun by Zabuza, hoping to make some damage happen. Wings at the ready. Chicago using their incredible mobility to just walk away from the pally, knocking him away from the pillar. Zabuza just not really left with a lot that he could really work here. Is that a Wind Fury totem? Or is that a grounding totem over there? That gotta be Wind Fury, right? It's been sitting there the entire game. Eye for an eye for Zabuza. May not have much to work with here. Blind on Chicago does not have a trinket anymore. Was that a totem? Which totem was it? I keep thinking that's a grounding totem. Every time I see the blue totem, I keep thinking it's a grounding totem. Bubble for Zabuza. That totem just keeps confusing me every single time, man. I can't be the only one, right? Chicago looking to wait until the bubble is down, puncture through the damage, through the shielding of the Paladin, and able to take him down with Diabolica's last one left over for the Team 1, dropping on a big gate, charging right in. Looks like not playing a pet playstyle? Oh no, he does play with Succubus, never mind. Chicago hoping to go for a couple of storm strikes. Diabolica's with the stun. So far being used pretty early on. Knock back on the Succubus for just a second. Bonza fell. Doesn't complete it. But does end up going for a bit of damage from that Soulfire. Does not get the crit like he wanted to, but that's at least something. He's going to be dropping that Inferno as well. That's a lot of passive pressure on Chicago. If you can get a couple more portals as well, like you're going to have him in such a bad spot. Like him actually could be pretty rough. Chaos Bolt to follow him. That's how we wall for this one. That's going to be reflect up. Diabolica's trying to go for another Chaos Bolt. As long as he doesn't get a trip by Chicago, he'll be in a key spot actually. He's going to go for that Gnomish Racial in order to break out of that route real quickly. Light Lasso by Chicago right after. Try to see if he can just Light Lasso him from around the corner. That still is an Infernal, just doing so much extra pressure on you. And Diabolica's, I don't know if he has already used all his portals, but I think that may not be a bad idea. Portal's getting used up now. Got himself a little bit of that backdraft damage as well. Forwarding backwards on top of it. And Chicago just taking the passive damage from that shadowy portal. Just constant pressure, constant sustain with a Mortal Call Fear. Does end up shrinking out of it. Soulfire does give it a line inside perfectly though. Chicago takes a load of damage. That is a grounding total, but still the Soulfire does come through either way though. And Diabolicals trying to see if he can maybe get himself a bit of a different position in where Chicago did use himself reflect. Leap by Chicago, trying to see maybe they can make something happen here. Just needs a little bit more damage. Dodging the fell. Bonza fell? That's what it was. For some reason I wanted to say fell bomb for one reason or another. Second CC, Shadow Fury, Chaos Bolt, may just have him. I think it's over. Oh, Diabolica just ended up burning through him with Flavor of the Month, looking to end the deal right then and there. Into a spear, does get to drink the spear, running out. You can see the fear in the eyes of this gnome, just trying to bail out of there. Just running, look at him go. He's just a little bit panicked. Every time you jump, like your facial expression changes from like, when you're running, you got like a heroic expression. When you're jumping, it's like, oh my god, wild-eyed and everything. Flavor was not able to take down Diabolicals, but still has a lot of damage behind him. Still lots of potential output here. Can Diabolicals turn around though? Because they got Flavor, they got Page, they got Demoniac. Maybe it could somehow come back. And this dampening Stormbolt on Diabolicals with a Colossus Smash has reflect, but what are you going to reflect from a warrior? Not a lot. Big charge, big execute, backdraft, another charge. A second MSC catches him mid-charge. Does have a portal around the corner. One more execute is all he needs. Oh, that is so much damage. My god. It did really good though. It did really good. But man, that was rough. That was rough. Let's get another one if you guys got groups, yeah? Uno más. These are fun, man. I love how they started out so bursty at the very beginning. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Man. So that one is, I think, saved. I'm just gonna double check. Chicago's ready. Let me see if Night King is ready. It'll be good to go. How many are we at now? 192. Wow, that's a lot. I'm in the spawn room and I get smacked for 100k judgment damage. Dude, you're really crazy. What's up, Strap? How you doing, fam? Hope you're having a good one. Delicate Flames. Like to invite you to become a brand affiliate for our company. Delicate Flames? Wait, is this actually you like extending it out here in wait, hold on, is this serious? We'd like to invite you to become a brand affiliate for our company. Delicate Flames. Which one? Hold on, wait, I never get that kind of comment on like while during a live stream. Normally it's like in my emails or something, or a Twitter message. Did I save this one here? Oh my god. Hope you have a good one, Amy. Brisk. Yeah, Judgment Spectator. We need to move back. There's not much, especially if you use Divine Toll, right? There's not much you can really do with that Divine Toll if it just hits a random guy. Yeah, not much you can do in that kind of situation. But as long as everybody's cool about it, you know what I mean? Like, as long as you're like, like when Chills walks in and starts going for their grippy hand, and you just randomly yoink somebody out of that room, it's not like it's trying to fight them. It's like grippy hand kind of has a mind of its own. So does Divine Toll. It'll just hit anybody in the vicinity. He just like locks in. So Chicago's ready, but Night King, do we have a 5-man to go, or do we not have a 5-man? Let me know. Or if you guys are looking for more, we can let the chat know that you're looking for more. I didn't see that. Yeah, it's usually no, unless somebody like randomly accidentally tabs in judgments or on purposely does it. Most of the times Divine Toll would just like take all the enemies around you as a potential target. And when you press it, it doesn't really care. Like the only enemies that may not hit are people hit with like a hard CC, but even then I think it will still probably like hit a person that has a blind on them, for all we know. I'm not sure how smart the ability is. It depends how it's programmed. But it'll just like take anything that it can hit and it will try to hit it. Up to like 5 hammers. It'll pick, I think, 5 closest targets or 5 targets at random. But it will definitely always hit the target you're targeting too. So I guess 4 extra targets. But yeah, like certain abilities just don't really have like are not really smart abilities. So if you do have somebody that's like getting randomly hit by a spell, there's usually, in most cases, from our time spent doing these duels, usually it's somebody who didn't mean to. Let's do Lordaeron. Alrighty, boys. Let's get us as an Amas. Hey, dude, would you say WoW was worth playing for new guys in 2023? I'd say so, yes, C. Because Dragonflight has been really fun. I feel like Dragonflight is a pretty nice return to form for World of Warcraft. You don't have too many systems to play into. I feel like the experience of it is pretty good right now. You have a lot of expansions to play through. There's a lot of content. Dragonflight in itself so far, like this season, has been very, very enjoyable. We're waiting for patch 10.07, which is going to bring in more class changes. And so far, these class changes have been good. I feel like the devs have really surprised people with some of the changes we've seen so far. It's been really surprising, the regular communication, regular adjustments, regular changes, and the frequency of these changes too. So yes, I'd say so. I think you'll have a lot of fun with Dragonflight as it is. If it was Shadowlands, I think it'd be caveat. If it was BFA, if it was Legion, I would have said yes. But definitely DF feels like a breath of fresh air. I think I would have a lot of fun with it, my guy. A lot of fun with it. Alrighty, switch. We got ourselves who's first. Is it gonna be Flavor? No. It's gonna be the Rogue versus the Palace. Zabuza gonna be up versus Demoniac off the bat. Charge it out after the Scoundrel. Hit him with a Hodge. He's gonna try to see if he can blast him out for wings of the ready. Demoniac just have him to take. The bubble is the bubble. That hammer adjusts, but it's going to be a bubble out of Zabuza. Vanish out of the Rogue as he's looking for an escape. As Zabuza gets the full immunity, but looks like someone keeping him in combat. Maybe there's still an exorcism burning the guy for a while. It's going to be Shield Division's rocking in right now. Zabuza get a shot. Demoniac trying to see if he can finish with those ambush procs. If he can get an ambush proc or two, he'll be in a great spot. Still needs to be able to blast him. Zabuza's defense. Killing spree giving him quite a bit of damage reduction to Zabuza. Oh my goodness, the man did burn a bubble really early, so couldn't quite use it fast enough. Demonic not given a chance to escape whatsoever. Does go for a kidney shot versus Shield with a trick and a follow, looking for an escape. Unless he got a way to remove these dots, I think the man is going to be in the right spot, man. I think actually may just be in a rough spot. Just trying to see if he can avoid it. Chillpills just setting out the ghoul. Has a death and decay. Maybe trying to see if he can stealth out. Just going to go for that. Ooh, he used the Lichborn so you can't get sapped up. That's actually very clever. Death Knights can immune any kind of incapacitates while they're Lichborn. So immuning these saps with the Lichborn is actually not a bad idea. Okay, chilled. That seemed... Hey, Diabolicals did it too? Hey, you're on the man's team, weren't you? Oh wait, no you're not. I was gonna say for a second. Never mind. Oh, why? I don't think he deserved it. Getting your flavor of the month. Trying to see if he can make a bit of a play versus Shield. As he got himself full dark on racial, removing any of those diseases, especially if Chill's plays triple disease. That's actually a big value for flavor. Chill's just walking out of the spear, taking a little bit less damage as he doesn't have to worry about the crit damage for flavor while inside of that spear. Flavor charges back in. Army of the Dead surrounding him. Just as long as he's focused on Chill Pills, he may be okay. Parry up right now, basically immune to damage. As long as Chill Pills is not using physical hits, he could potentially bypass Flavor. Like the pets heading him in the back, can't parry those. The magic damage of diseases, can't parry that. Cloven Shadows from a distance, can't really parry that either. Was able to get himself quite a bit of recovery though. Death Pack was used up. Flavor does get himself a reflect in case there's maybe a strangulate to follow. Battle stance at the ready, wants to make some damage happen, but the Chain of Ice not letting him go anywhere whatsoever. Chilp is just kind of letting the pets of the dots do damage for him. Battle stance at the ready for the warrior. Does try to go in for a big old charge, but gets stunned up by the pet. Go just for a quick second. Army of the Undead's joining in. Flavor can't really stop the army at all. Has to get counter-offensive. Defensive stance to follow, but Alexi Chilpas does overpower him instead. Oh my goodness. We have a new challenger in the arena. Looks like Flavor so far has had himself a hell of a match, but Chilpas is able to avoid him for the most part. Stunned by Catboy. Naj does go in for a full incarnation with a maim off of that. Catboy's kind of left in the starting room for Chill Pills. So whoever's going to be up next, at least one half far to chase after Catboy, is going to be immediately stunned by Light Messiah. Does he have the damage to follow up here? Maybe potentially blind to follow him. Final red getting used is going to be being able to break out of that stun immediately. Bubble used by Light Messiah really early on. Hammers flying in. Does Catboy not have any more survivability for this one? Wall at the ready in case he needs it. Is going to use the Renewal Wall in bear form. Frenzy Region. Wall used right now. May have to burn the Heart of the Wild either way. Light Messiah just doesn't care about distances. Look at that ranged paladin damage. He just still continues to get hits even though he's like a mile away from the guy. Range does not bother him. Blind onto Catboy Notch. Could still be down in the dumps here. Potentially maim onto Light Messiah, trying to turn around versus the Paladin, but isn't enough though. Looks like it's not enough. Not yet at least. As Catboy back it up out of there. Waiting now for Messiah to be I guess waiting for Light Messiah to maybe open himself up. Flash of lights, does get Skull Bash. That's actually a perfect opening for Catboy. Does he maybe make some damage happen? Or maybe not. I feel like Catboy is right now playing a very bleed heavy build, so he loves the sustained damage over Feral Druid. But I don't know if he got much of a burst to him. He may just have like an anti-burst build, but very much like a sustained survivability focused build. Trying to get a couple bleeds under Light Messiah, but you can see he's not trying to stay in combat. He's trying to avoid that eye for an eye as best as he can. Heart of the Wild being used, so now his bear form healing. And just healing in general, his tankiness, his magic damage is enhanced by a little bit. Is going to be able to break out of that stun. Maim into Light Messiah, yet another set of bleeds up into a bash right after. Just trying to get those rips up and running. Catboy not just looking to escape, where Light Messiah, I think, wants to stay on him as best as possible. Catboy trying to stay nearby, looking for the leap, maybe a charge. Doesn't quite get that skull bash though to get the proper interrupt, but got a couple of Moonfires versus Light. And Light looking for a bit of recovery. For Cabo Notch, I think his recovery is going to be just a little bit stronger while empowered by that Heart of the Wild. But for Light Messiah, he just needs a little bit of survivability, just a little bit more. Blessing Protection is still available for the Paladin, so you could remove all those bleeds. He can shed these bleeds, but the roots are going to stop him in his tracks. And as soon as he sees the Feral run away, that's where you want to go get some a bit of a reheal. Get some a bit of a catch-up. Not a lot of mana available for Light Messiah, but he just needs one big go onto Catboy. Another thing you should know is that Catboy does not have a trinket anymore. So, a Hodge and a Blind combo with full wings and a full final wreck could potentially win you the game. He picked up the ice, so he knows exactly where the Feral's at. Hit him with a stun immediately. That is going to be Barskin for him. Final wreck available. Does he have a Blind maybe? It's going to be a stun by Catboy, trying to see if he can counter offensive light, but he doesn't really have the burst. He has more sustained damage. The Blades can still do him in though. Mad damage on a Light Messiah. Isn't enough though. Bashed by Catboy. Light still has clear damage, but does he have survivability though? Got himself a little bit of mana, maybe enough. Trying to see if he can stay aggressive here, but maybe Catboy just ends up just surviving past it all. With Michael charging out, Blazestorm immediately onto Catboy, where the Blazestorm should be able to take him down with those unhinged mortal strikes. Exactly what happens. Oh my god, the Warriors, man. The Warriors tonight have been just absolutely brutal. Fear onto Chicago immediately as Michael charges back in. Spear onto Chicago, can't really go anywhere. Got himself the banner. Chicago tried to see if he could stay on the other side of the platform. It looks like Michael just got to jump it off of it. Yeah, I think maybe just didn't want to fight the wall. Got himself a parry into a Stormbolt into Chicago. Yet another Blade Storm, potentially big damage. This is going to be a totem. Static Totem just got to keep Michael at bay. He needs to take down the totem if he wants to be able to escape, but doesn't realize that he needs to actually focus on the totem to take it down. It's going to be a root totem around the corner too. Where's that root totem? It's literally in the bushes. I was thinking for a second, like, where's the root totem? It's literally in the bush. You see it? It's like glowing barely, faintly. Chicago get hit with a couple of mortal strikes back to back, potentially cause smash on Michael. Sharper blades already, so Chicago's healing is going to be stunted. Big Stormbolt to follow. Michael does get yet another charge. This is where Maelstrom is going to be flowing for Chicago, but not enough mana to really work with. May just have to get counter offensive. Michael could be going down. He's trying to get himself a bit of healing. Oh! And a big Halo Blast does it. I'm taking him down. Well done, well done. My goodness. As the Warrior went in for a full Avatar Blade Storm. Man, it was rough. Chicago was able to just LA blast him out of there. Trying to see if he can go for a bit of a Thunder versus Diabolical. Doesn't really have a lot of line of sight to work with here. As Diabolical just pushed in. Doesn't want to give Chicago a chance. Is going to go for the execute with Paige being the last one left. Why is Paige hanging out with that Infernal? Didn't Infernal just start attacking you over Chicago? Where did that Infernal even come from? I didn't even see Diabolical spawn one in. Huh? Gonna be Diabolical's going in for a bit of a board. Got himself a gateway as well in case he wants to utilize it. Wall versus Paige. That's gonna be a blind right after Paige. That's no longer has a bubble. So maybe Paige could actually be in a situation where he could go down here. No more immunity. Blessing of Protection won't really do much for you. Diabolical just trying to see if he can walk away from him. It's going to be a second CC as he opens up even more gates. Is it going to be enough right now? The Paige with no help whatsoever. Do they survive? Oh! Diabolical's does end up taking him out. Little beaver looking at the back. Swear to God, it looked like he was celebrating back here. No, just eating fish. Just eating fish. Alrighty, boys. Let's get ourselves another one going. Everybody gets to play that game. Chill does it pretty snagging too. Then the Feral picking up a couple of kills as well. Then Warrior walks in. Chicago battles him out. And then the Warlock walks in, man. Well done, well done. Love it. That's so good. Yeah, let me know if the groups are ready. Or if you guys are looking for more, let me know. We could announce to the boys if they got any more spots. And you guys are more than welcome to fill the spots. Anybody and everybody can join these duels, by the way. As long as we have the groups. I like to play super aggressive, have all the healing. I feel in that, Patrick. I feel like the company gets super high up. You kind of have to play aggressive at some point. For sure, for sure. The disrespect to the rogue. I know, right? Man, I do feel bad for Boris, man. Oh, he's just a rogue. But then again, it's part of the class fantasy. You're rogue, so you're going to get disrespected. It's just how it be. It's just how it be. You know? Like a paladin or a death knight, you're not going to have a lot of ability. That's just how it is. You know? As a mage, you're always going to be expected to do portals for people all the time. Just how it is. A rogue, everybody hates you. I feel like everybody for years is always going to have that mindset about rogues, though. I feel like if you ever played World of Warcraft, first time you played WoW, what class was the first class you had a bad experience with? Just think about it for a second, but don't think too hard. Because there's a good chance it's a rogue. Now, like, maybe you walked in and like some random warlock blasted you out with a chaos bolt when you accidentally turned on PvP or raw mode or something. Who knows, right? Maybe a random warrior or hunter decided to snipe you. They're super high level, you're level 10. You're just questing and they're just being a dick. But there's a good chance that whatever class you've been playing, there's a good chance your first class that you've ever played against that was just really, really difficult or really annoying for you is a rogue. You PvPing, you probably got stunlocked by a rogue. You're out in the open world and a rogue just ganked you. You are maybe trying to get a quest done and you're super close to killing this mob, but they're close to killing you when a mob's really difficult, and then a rogue just stuns you and then you die. Nothing you could do about it. Right? I'm gonna bet that's exactly what happened to everybody at one point or another. I saw a feral druid here. Where is he? Is that him? No. Swear to God, I saw a feral druid out here in a second. I don't see him now. I swear it looked like the feral druid just leapt to that guy and just kind of shot behind him. But maybe just walked away. Okay, I'm sailing Shadow Priest. Yo, Owl Games, you're more than welcome to join in, man. Ready? Is Chicago ready? Are we all good to go? Oh, Chicago needs 2 more. Chicago's group open. If you guys want to join in, Raids Legacy is where you find the groups. The reason we do Raids Legacy is to make sure that the cross-faction stuff works. So if you guys want to join Team Chicago, teams are open in the Raids Legacy section. Just open up Dungeon Raids. Go to Premier Groups, Raids Legacy, find the group. Tap number 5 at the top, because there's a lot of groups in there. But if you want to find the group you want, tap number 5 at the top, hit enter. And then you hit the button called sign up. Anybody and everybody can join in. Behold, what's up? You're fine, Subwizzy. You're fine, Patrick. You're doing okay, man. Don't worry about it. As long as you're having fun. As long as you're like, yeah, all these videos are all for fun anyway, man. All for fun. Hello, Bossman. I'm happy to hear that. Happy to hear that, bud. Hell yeah. And so Chicago got a 5 minute, will be good to go. You got 5? Oh no, you didn't. So Chicago's still looking for more boys. If you guys want to join in, well, welcome to. It is about like 8, so we have been streaming for quite a bit though. So if let's say we can't if we can't get groups for a while, we could maybe call it. But I'm having a lot of fun with these, man. These are great. And Shaman that can bolt away. Yeah, for real, for real. Didn't know the Warriors had different stance and parry mechanics. Those weren't there in WoD when I was playing. Yeah, in WoD they had a lot of pruning. WoD and Battle for Azeroth were the 2 expansions that had a lot of class pruning. Legion, there was a bit of pruning, but like base classes weren't all that complicated, but the artifact weapons made them complicated. Think of the artifact weapons as like an extension of the class. Think of them like the artifact weapons basically had this whole talent system, except at the time artifact weapons had like you could unlock every single. I don't know if I have any artifact weapons in my inventory on this guy or anything. Looks like I don't. But artifact weapons, you basically had like this type of talent system, but you didn't have the talent points in the same way. Like you had a talent you started with, and then you could unlock this way, this way, this way, and eventually you could complete the entire tree. But it was laid out in a similar way. But eventually, like you had to go from one point. You couldn't like basically had to get connected points and collect this AP. Yeah, the weapons was what added a more armor capacity to classes. They actually did allow like passive mechanics, active mechanics, stuff like that. They were really, really cool. So classes by themselves were kind of pruned, but the artifact weapons is what gave you a lot of depth, where you really did, and every spec had a different one. Every spec had a separate one. So it was actually kind of cool because like you had Affliction Warlocks where they had this cool thing where if you use a Warlock Hellstone provided by the Affliction Warlock actually got a portion of your heal into their health bar. And then you also got Leech when you use a Warlock Hellstone. So like an Affliction Warlock was super survivable for the whole expansion because of that unique mechanic. And Affliction Warlocks wanted to play mostly in PvE with a Fellhound or sacrifice their pet because of the way the dots work. Or maybe, yeah, usually Fellhound. Or I guess you could play imp and stuff too, but it was like, they had some mechanics where your Fellhound, I think, would bite the enemy, and then that bite would scale better based off of your dots or something. But I think a lot of them sacrificed and played no pet. And then you had Destruction Warlocks who had more of an imp synergy, like they wanted to run an imp because their imp was more empowered. So there was like more emphasis to run a pet, to not sacrifice a pet or anything like that. You wanted to really run a pet as best you could, and even run maybe empowered version of the pet. But the thing is, what we had back then is empowered pets too. And then you had Demonology, who had the Style Chaos Consumption ability, which was not like a Tyrant, but kind of like a Tyrant, where a Tyrant can like grow in power based on every pet if you pick up the one talent. Style Chaos will basically sacrifice a portion of your pet's health and then collect it into a big charge and like blast enemies in. It was like big, like summon as many demons as you can kind of playstyle, and value demons were big and stuff like that. And then you had Paladins who had like the unique mechanic where if they stand in CC for 3 seconds or longer, it would eventually like break him out of it as part of the passive abilities of the Ashbringer. Frost Death Knights, as they crit enemies with obliterates, there would be like bonus versions of their weapons, which they had a dual wielded weapon, which is like fragments of the Frostmourne. There would be bonus weapon versions of the weapons floating and like striking at the enemy and stuff. It was really cool. Hunters had basically a second pet. Like right now they can get a second pet and have 2 pets out all the time. That was part of the artifact weapon back in the day. It was just like baseline ability passive with the artifact weapon. And then you can unlock the active effect where all your pets would like radiate this lightning ability around them and stuff. Like every class had like unique mechanics that were just theirs. That were just their own. Like Assassin Rogues also too. They had a Sippy Cup that also gave you damage reduction, but only for Assassin. But it allowed you to use a Sippy Cup, and every time it healed, it stacked up this damage reduction buff for you. Then you had Outer Rogue, who had cooldown reduction on the Feint. You had Parry at the time too, instead of like Evasion, which was really weird, but kind of neat because it was unique. You had a Blunderbuss where your pistol shot would upgrade into like a big shotgun looking thing, kind of like how they have right now with Fan the Hammer. I'm trying to think of like other classes. Your ghouls for your as an Unholy Death Knight would claw at the enemy, and anytime they clawed them, there was a chance it would infect them with another disease that would make them weaker, or maybe make it slower, or make your shadow damage hit them harder, or maybe make the Death Knight just do more damage to you and stuff like that. So like your ghouls had like a variety of diseases that would just explode on the enemy and stuff. Fury Warriors, there was a chance of Fury Warriors when they died in combat, they actually would give a second chance by Odin. With like empowered, and if you could slay the enemy before you died in that short window, when Odin gave a second chance, he would let you live. So it was like Odin decided, you live this time, slay that guy, you kill him really quickly, you got a couple of seconds, and if you kill him, Odin let you live. It was so cool. And there was a lot of little interactions like this that were just like flavorful for every single one of these specs. Yeah. But WAD is definitely was where there's like a lot of prune, and then I think the unprune started happening in SL. But then DF, they went wild with it. DF, I think, is where they went really wild with it. But yeah, there's a lot of depth to classes, what I was trying to say. In the long-winded explanation of me just going down the memory lane and just like, just remembering how good Legion was and how much fun I had with it. Yeah, classes got unpruned. There's a little bit more depth now, but it's really good, I think. I think having depth in classes is fantastic. It doesn't mean complexity always, like having a busy rotation, unless you're like a Shadow Priest or a Brewmaster Monk. You have like a billion buttons, it feels like, on your hands at all times. But a lot of depth, man, is what I really like about DF. I think they did a pretty good job with it, and they continue to add more depth to like Paladins. Great rework. It looks so good so far in 10.07. Fantastic. Loving it. I do wonder if we'll see more reworks like this in the future. Some of the classes, and actually it may not be a bad idea for classes. 5 classes that should get a big rework. I'm writing down. Just writing that idea down on Notepad. But like they should add all the classes too. Should copy your stream with same name on LOG. Lol. I should copy your stream with same name on LOG. Amy, what do you mean? What do you mean? Same 5V5 1v1 Duels? Is that what you mean? What do you mean? Or stream name. Just everything at LOG. 5v5 Duels is what we usually do. We can do one more and it'll be good to go. Uno más, pues uno más. King, do you still have a 5-man, by the way? Maybe someone will join the stream? Maybe. But we do have a group available right now. If you guys want to join, Chicago's looking for Onomas. One more. One more on team. One just left. Okay. Chicago. Knocking. Basic item, my guy. If you don't have one by the time I kill this boss at all, so we can join for one. Oh, okay. So we just had somebody leave Team Niking. And we got Team Chicago who also needs Onomas. We could do a 4v4. It's probably going to be the fastest duel ever. But like, it is about that 8 PM in the evening. It is about that time for us to just like chill, isn't it? Or am I wrong on that? It's about that time we could just go and just call it. If you guys wanted to. I've been having a lot of fun with these. I feel like we got a lot of games in. It's a lot of quick games though, but it's still a lot of games. There's a couple of them that can maybe slap together. They've been doing that recently. Like sometimes I was so sad back in the day when it's like, oh man, this Duel, it was just really quick. I don't know. I'm a B-Tag Dusty. Have you tried to add me already? If you already tried to add me, then I could add you. Dusty, try adding Dalaran hashtag 1340. Spelled just like the city. And I could add you like that. That'd be easier. Is Night King's team listed in the custom? Or is he in Sepulcher? What? Oh, he is in Sepulcher. So we do have 2 boys ready. Yo, let's give you guys a couple more minutes. If you don't get full groups, let's give you guys like 3 minutes or something. Something like that, yeah? Janice, what the hell? You're level 70. What do you mean? What do you mean? Why are you dueling me? Why'd you trinket that? What are you doing? You're just trying to embarrass me. Don't do any damage, man. You just have to turn around and hit me with a Colossus Mesh, I'm dead. Ignore pain? Bro, how are you not doing any damage? Please, why you do that to me? Why you do that to me? Just killing me. Do it. Just right click me. So Chicago +1. No left gonna call it? Oh, okay. That's unfortunate, King, but that's okay. Just kill me. Do it. That is so good. Good duel. That is so good. Oh, okay. It's 0 level. All good. Chill is done for the night. GG's friend. Yeah, Chills is done. He has another person leave, so he got a 3-man, so he's like, Dutski. I think one of the people on Team Chills probably left to join Chicago to make a 5-man, but that's alright. We'll call it there, boys. Yeah, we'll call it there. What's up, better get on a big screen? That's like, hell. You're fine, my man. We'll have more of these next week. Guys, get PTR. We'll probably do this on PTR as well. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a ton of fun. Alrighty. Chat. You guys are wonderful. Beautiful. Can I come or carry Chill's team? Milani. He called it, man. He called it. We'll do it next week. We'll probably do it on PTR so both EU and NA can play each other. How did that sound, boys? We'll get that big call for everyone to hop on the Paladins. We'll get Sensei, we'll get Seavar. We'll probably get even some of the Warlocks like Kreiser popping over there to get some real duels in. NA and EU could fight each other. It'll be a lot of fun, yeah? I'll make sure to advertise that ahead of time, like Thursday or Wednesday. Be like, yo, PTR, get it. Let's all meet up in an arena and solve each other. Exactly. That's exactly what we're going to do in the next week. Be there next week, though, boys. Get PTR. Seriously, download PTR. Take some time to set up PTR. It's going to be worth it. I think it's going to be really fun to see how Paladins are before they tune them. I think it's going to be the most important fun part is to see how they play before they tune the class, to see what's strong, what isn't strong. You know what I mean? But yo, thank y'all so much for coming by. I appreciate you. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thank you so much for watching the stream. I do hope every one of you enjoyed. It's been really, really fun. thank you both Chicago, DGK, and Chill for helping us host the groups, man. Thank you so much for leaving them. I really do appreciate anybody and everybody who joined in, man. These have been a lot of fun. We had a lot of variety, man, from rogues. We had everything but monks, I think, actually. Everything but, we got druids, we got death knights, we got plenty of warriors. Just absolutely popping off. Absolutely wild. But yeah, we got a lot of fun, man. Enjoy this a ton. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the streams. Yeah, so we're definitely going to be doing more of these next week. Again, consider getting PTR. I'll probably have an announcement about it in Discord and everything. Like, yo, doing these on PTR. I'll think about it. Like, especially if we get more class changes next week, definitely doing more stuff on PTR, man. We have to do more stuff on PTR. Thank you, Dal, at all. Good night. Yo, thank you, boys. You guys are awesome. Super fun hanging out with every single one of you. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope all of you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys all. Either I'm taking the day off tomorrow or not. I'll see. I'm kind of planning on not taking the day off tomorrow. I'm planning on streaming tomorrow. But I don't really know what we'll stream. Maybe like we'll just check out more of that Metashift classes. Because I was doing a Thursday initially. But then we had PTR and then that kind of was a curveball for us. So maybe tomorrow we'll just do more of that. Because like all the classes you thought were good for Mythic Pluses, some are still there. But a lot of the ones you thought were top tier are no longer top tier. They've been replaced, and you'll be surprised about which class to replace them. Yo, you guys are awesome. See y'all maybe tomorrow, but definitely Monday. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Peace.